1, 2, mic check. 1, 2, check the mic. Mic check. 1, 2, mic check. This is voice SINOE. Mic check. 1, 2. All right, let's see. Let's double check our sound here before we do our little commercial for the show today. Mic check. 1, 2. Let me do a sound check here, guys. Mic check. 1, 2. Mic check. This is voice SINOE. Mic check. 1, 2. All right, perfect. The sound is. Let's see. Let's double check. The sound is wonderful, fantastic. Let's do our commercial. I'll be right back.
Moki gonna dance yo, moki, otoja moki come dance yo, moki come dance yo, moki come dance yo. Once upon the time, in the jungle, there lay so many animals and so many trees. During the day, there were no restrictions. Anytime, any day, anyone used to corrupt and go stay free in the jungle, yeah. After they realized that everything was good, I said everyone were only after the food. Majority of the people went beyond baboon, and few people went beyond okay. The elders of the time made a big mistake. After election, they went and made a selection. So the citizen of the jungle was unsatisfied, so they decided using another caretaker. Who loves, who care, who has the ability taking care of the people. Okay, you're not able to take care of baboon able. You're not able to bust the rata baboon able. Oh soja monkey calm down, oh monkey calm down, monkey calm down, oh rob monkey calm down, monkey calm down to you. Monkey gonna dance yo, monkey, otoja monkey come dance yo, monkey come dance yo, monkey come dance yo. Monkey chop chop chop, monkey gonna get tired. Say monkey chop chop yo, monkey gonna get tired. Monkey chop chop chop, monkey gonna get tired. Monkey chop chop yo, monkey gonna get tired.
Keeping banana and the chopun. Stealing is a error, Russian is a error.
Monkey cannot get tired.
Hey, we wanna live life, that's to live a good life. We wanna live life, can't wait for better life. We wanna live life, can't wait for better life. We wanna live life, that's to live for better life. We wanna live life, that's to live for better life.
You're not able to take care of baboon able. You're not able to bust the rata baboon able. So the monkey calm down, oh monkey calm down, monkey calm down, oh monkey calm down, monkey calm down to you. Monkey gonna dance yo, monkey, oh so the monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you, monkey calm down to you.
Monkey listen, you give it right, it can crack it. Bible storm, monkey listen, you give it stick, it can break it. We do your long time ago that Mr. Monkey was very wicked. The way you see it with your apple, then you know that love is wicked. Monkey see apple, they pick it, banana and plum, they take it. All the Google food in a pocket, it when give it something lick it. Monkey drop it, it drop it, nana, only baboon can stop it. Monkey drop it, drop it, nana, only baboon can stop it. It call all African monkey, all I want for them to lick it. Monkeys jump from tree to tree, hustle hustle. It ready gets it. Monkeys jump from tree to tree, hustle hustle. When it ready gets it. Soon back when monkey will catch it. That one it will not be easy. How you read, my people? I say it wicked. How you read, my people? I say it
monkey. You not able to take care of baboon able. You not able to bust the rata baboon able. Oh soldier monkey come down, oh monkey come down, soldier monkey come down, oh monkey come down, monkey come down to yo, monkey come down to yo, monkey. Oh soldier monkey come down to yo, monkey come down to yo, monkey come down to yo. Don't jam a monkey say that away ho. Don't small monkey say away ho. On top of monkey say away ho. Oh monkey say that away ho. Away ho. Away ho. Away ho. Away ho. Let me know. Away ho. Away ho. Away ho. My people ya. Away ho. Away ho. Answer me ya. Away ho.
Yeah, it will hold. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Voice of SINOE in the diaspora with Dark Side Pool, the Esoteric, coming to you live from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania, these United States of America. As you join us on the platform this afternoon, please do us a huge favor to share the link for us. Also, follow us on YouTube. My name on YouTube is Madison Freeman. You can go there and subscribe so that you have the latest videos, some of which we do not publish on Facebook. All right, so do us that quick favor. Share the link for us, subscribe to our YouTube page, and I will be right back with this commercial to start the show.
Sandy on the beach.
Yo,
right, Town Sanwe. Okay. I think it's saying where you have saved me from. Direct translation. During the time of the COVID, you know, the rich people were dying, and the poor people, they still remain alive, and so they are thanking God. I don't know what it is. The African God, is the Eurocentric God. I'm not too sure about that. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora with Dr. Sarpo, the Esoteric. If you are following, please, if my sound is okay on your side, please let me know. I want to make sure sound-wise I'm okay. I don't want to be talking by myself and you are having glitches on your side. Just let me know if the sound is good. So I will get the ball rolling here. I'll also do a sound check on my side. I know people take forever to comment. I think it's saying where you have saved me from, direct translation. All right, so the sound is perfect, at least from my end. I don't know about you, but the sound is wonderful, wonderful, fantastic. And that's how I like the sound quality to be. And so that you will get the message crystal clear. Let me do this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to A Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora with Dr. Sarpo, the Esoteric, coming to you live from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania, these United States of America. You know, we told you Voice of SINOE will be airing every Monday at 3 p.m. Central, or Eastern, I should say. Sorry about that. And so that's exactly what we are doing. We're going to stick to that schedule for now, 3 p.m. Eastern time, which I think is 7 p.m. in Liberian, which would be 2 p.m. Central time, Minnesota, and other states on the other side. And so you have to save the show time so that you can be able also to have a conversation relative to SINOE County and the diaspora. Email Washington from Fargo City. What's up, brother? Not much. I'm glad to see you on the show. Please do us a favor. Share the link for us. Share the show. That's something that you guys are not doing. You know, you got to share. You can't just watch. Just share it on your page. That's it. Nothing much you have to do. I don't know. I want to make sure my video is live here. My phone is kind of delaying from the other device, so I hesitate. All right, but I'm not getting any feedback from you that we have any glitches so far, so we should be good. All right, just to give you a little show time over there. By the way, the president of the Union, United Supporters Association, President Francis Miles, she's currently in Texas, Houston, Texas, I think. She went for a funeral out there to support a family, a bereaved family. And so we just want to give you a little update as to what the president is doing. She's always out there to support other people. All right, so that's a little information that I want to give you. When she gets back to Pennsylvania, the national publicity chairman, J. Edizana Tote, will give you update. The brother is doing a fantastic job reporting on the president's activities. All right, I like this picture better from the convention, that huge smile. You know, she always smiling. All right, let's get to the agenda here. What do we have for the people of SINOE County and the global community to discuss today on VOSD? Here is what we have. Let's start with this right here. Let's start with, did I take the pictures down? Let me make sure I get the pictures down. And yeah, so the you know, the Voice of SINOE is ubiquitous. We are all over the place. I'll try to make sure we support different community organizations. here in Philadelphia or in the United States as a whole, when you reach out to us, we do not mind promoting your activities. All right, so the Gbarpolu County Association in the Americas. The national convention is coming out, so I saw this flyer the lady sent to me, and so I just want to start the show with that first. All right, so it's the Gbarpolu County Association in the Americas. National convention is coming up pretty soon. It's in September, from the 2nd to the 4th. It will be the Gbarpolu County Association convention. And so we just want to give you the public the information so that you can go there to support our brothers and sisters. You know, all these various organizations in these United States, they are working in the interests of Liberia. Whatever they are doing is for the development of Liberia. And so we have to work synergistically to support these different organizations. So again, you see September the 2nd to the 4th, and you have they have special guests and speakers. So you have guest speaker over there, Honorable Grant. Grant will be the guest speaker, Vice President of UDA. ULA is the UN Liberian Association in the United States, in the Americas. And then you have special guest of honor. You have Mr. Henry P. Costa will be at that program. You got guest of honor, Mrs. Donna Sipo, I think it's Sipo over there. And then you have it's James, the last name over there. And she is the chief launcher for the convention. So the team for the convention, they have Gbarpolu Rise and Progress. You know, that's what the convention team for the Gbarpolu County Association in the Americas. So we want to encourage all of you out there to come. Again, these various community organizations. It's Susu, you know, when you come, you support me. Well, I will also make time to come and support you. And so I would, since I'm the Secretary General for the United Sarpo Association in Americas, I want to urge all the members. I know the president will also be part of that occasion. I'm not too sure yet, but you know, the president is always, all over the place and supporting other community organizations. All right, so just to start with that little commercial there for you for the Gbarpolu County Association in the Americas Convention, September. It runs from the 2nd to the 4th. That's next month. All right, let's move on to something else that we want to start the show with, a little preliminary on Voice of SINOE. We got this breaking news from Minnesota. The president of the USAA Minnesota chapter, Marie Pyne, constituted, you know, the last convention of the USA, the 32nd National Convention. Fantastic convention that was held in Fargo, North Dakota. One of the resolutions from there says that the next convention should go to Minnesota. So the Minnesotans, they are proactive. The organization under the banner of President Marie Pyne, unfortunately, I did not put her picture here. We do that. I think it's necessary that the people get to know these various community leaders. They are wonderful. They are doing a fantastic job. And I think it is incumbent upon me to advertise them so you can know the role these people are playing. They are not just sitting down in the U.S. and enjoying the burger and the good American food here. They are also doing something to improve the lives of our people in Liberia. Let's see, I think I got a wonderful, beautiful picture for Marie Pyne here. And so they had a wonderful, wonderful meeting this weekend. And we're going to put some pictures, like you say, the video. I'll play the video for you so that you can see it, the meeting, how it went. I don't have a Marie Pyne picture around here. Fortunately, it looks like I didn't put it. Oh, yeah, I have one for her. Yeah, but yeah, the meeting was great, and I just want to give you an update on the meeting, what went on there, the decision from that meeting. I know I got her picture somewhere here. Just wanted to add it to my banner here so that I can advertise her. It's necessary. And I got what going on here? It's not right. I think I got a wonderful, beautiful picture. Okay. All right. Yeah, but the meeting went great. It was fantastic. The members, the president and the team, they established the 2023 convention committee already. So the guys, they have been instructed by the president and the members to go ahead with the planning of the 2023 convention. All right. If you can see, if you saw what went on in Fargo. So Minnesota would be a triple what you saw in Fargo, North Dakota. All right. So let me play this short video so you can see a little bit. I will share a document with you published by the great Arizona Totet from the meeting in Minnesota, from the meeting. And I will play a short video so that you can see. As John, please share the link for us. You have a fantastic show here coming your way this afternoon. So please share the link for us. Let me see here. So this is the communication from the Office of the Publicity Man of the USA Minnesota chapter. Hopefully it is legible. It's clear on your side, hopefully. Let me make it a little bigger if you don't mind. If you can see that, I don't want to over zoom it. Yeah, okay. I think you can see it. So the J. Arizona Kirewe Arizona Tote Swinion posted, it's a breaking news. Minnesota chapter held its first meeting after the national convention. During the meeting, the chapter had unambiguously approved August 3rd, 2023 for United Sarpo Association in America's National Convention and appointed Madam Helen Wallow as chairperson for the 2023 National Convention. Okay, so they have selected August the 3rd weekend. Okay, so you have to mark your calendar. August the 3rd, 2023 will be the convention weekend in Minnesota. August the 3rd, 2023. All right, and they said that Madam Helen Wallow. Helen Wallow was appointed by the president of that chapter to head the committee for the 2023 convention. Helen Wallow will be working in concert with the national leadership, the national coordinator, the national chair lady, and other members of the national administration to plan another fantastic convention for the 2023 convention of the USA, which will be held in Minnesota. All right, so again, I read that this is breaking news. Minnesota chapter held its first meeting after the national convention. During the meeting, the chapter had unambiguously approved August 3rd, 2023 for United Sarpo Association in America's National Convention and appointed Madam Helen Wallow as chairperson for the 2023 National Convention. The following individuals are also appointed or were also appointed to serve on the Convention Committee. The members are Madam Elena Weah, co-chairperson. You know, the guys over there, they are pro-women, you know, so they are empowering this ladies or women empowerment. And so Madam Elena Weah is the co-chairperson. Number 2, Madam Shirley Sinan, the National Youth Coordinator, is the General Secretary. Honorable Milton Shibwe, Secretary of the Board of Directors, is the Senior Advisor. Honorable Emmanuel Barwood is member on that committee. You also have Honorable Jade Alexander Tote Swinian, media person, the guy who published the communication. Mr. Ernest Fale is a member on the committee. Honorable Godwin Chenton. By the way, Ernest Fale is the Secretary, the National Financial Secretary for the United Sarpo Association. And you have here Godwin Chenton. He's the Secretary for the Minnesota chapter. He is a member on that committee. You have Sister Mami Dato. It's a member. I think Mami is the chair lady, if I'm not in the margin of error, for the Minnesota chapter. And you have Honorable Tobe Wale, Chief of Security. You know, Marie Pyne got to be fully protected. They call diamond in the rock. And also the diamond has to be protected before the people burst into the rock. You have Mr. William Jawid also on that committee. It's a great man. I went to Minnesota the other time. He always has a house available for, you know, guests. He's a wonderful man. So you can see here, Minnesota, Marie Pyne is proactive. See the members here. They had a special ballroom where they had a meeting because the members are too many. The membership is radically growing, and so they can't fit in somebody's living room. So they have a big office space over there. Where they can congregate to discuss issues, you know, relative to the union. Okay, so that's the information that we wanted to share with you from Minnesota. Okay, let me share a quick video here as well with you, so you can see from the meeting of the Minnesota chapter. So quick video here. I want to share that with you. Let's see, where is it? All right, I think it's this one right here. We'll bring this down. All right, so yes, the video here, I think from Milton Shibwe page I got it from. So I'll give you the credit for that.
Thank you, Reverend. Thank you, Reverend. You want wrestling, bro? Yeah. Y'all close the meeting now. So this is our general meeting today in Minnesota chapter. We just ended our meeting. We have a series of discussions with the convention coming up here in the Twin City next year, 2023. We are getting ready for the convention, discussing much things about the convention, how to host it. Minnesota is ready.
Okay, that's the meeting over there, just to give you a little heads up as to what the Minnesotans are doing. The guys are working, that's again, it's called being proactive. They are not going to wait last minute of time to start planning stuff. So President Marie Pyne is right on point with the support of the board, Mr. Milton, hard-working guy. So the members over there, they are doing a wonderful job. We want to encourage you to continue what you are doing. All right, let's move on to something else just to give you. So August the 3rd weekend, save it now, start planning. You want to have ample time to plan for the 2023 National Convention of the United Sarpo Association, which is going to Minnesota, the Twin Cities. All right, let's go to the next thing that I want to talk about quickly here. Let's go to quick a national. When I say national, I'm talking about Liberia. Let's go to a little bit of national development. So I want to talk about this. No, that's not the one I want to talk about here. Let me do some depopulation here so I don't repeat certain things. I want to look at this right here. Letter from the suspended minister for the President George Weah, the Minister of Presidential Affairs, Minister Nathaniel McGill, wrote a letter to the President. And so I just want us to look at it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I have other important things to discuss on Voice of SINOE today. So we just want to look at that communication quick. Did the former minister, I should say, suspended minister, did the man exonerate himself, or the man incriminated himself further and further? I don't know. So based on the communication, I will read it, share with you, and you can make your own conclusion from there. All right. So let me share that communication with you quickly, and we will move on to something else. It's not too lengthy. It's not too long. Let's see here. That's not the one. This not the one. All right. I think it's this one right here. Yes. Let me clear that. Let's look at the Minister of State of Presidential Affairs, Minister Nathaniel McGill, communication to the President of the Republic of Liberia, defending himself. Did he do a good job? He got himself in front of quandary. You will decide after looking at the communication. All right, so yeah, it's 8. Took it from across Africa. Now somebody forwarded it to me this morning. A letter from Minister McGill to President Weah. It was dated the 18th of August, 2022. And he said, Your Excellency, I have the honor, most respectfully, to present my compliments and to congratulate you for Your Excellency's exceptional statesmanship in steering the affairs of this nation in these trying times of our national existence. Excellency, let me commend you for your unwavering determination to fight waste, abuse, and the mismanagement of public resources, which was a solemn pledge you made at Your Excellency's inauguration, and for the swift and decisive action taken thus far in honoring my immediate suspension and others named in the United States Treasury Department report for alleged corruption to face investigation. All right, so first of all, the minister acknowledged that the president, there's something going on in the government, because he said the president made us a solemn pledge to fight corruption, right? To fight waste, abuse, and the mismanagement of public resources. All right, so if nothing is going on in the government or in the country, there will be no need for the president to make this his priority. All right, so the minister acknowledged that. There's a call from my mom that I'll call back. All right, so the minister went on, Excellency, in the United States Treasury Department Yeah, sorry guys, a call coming in here. Excellency, the United States Treasury Department report contains several criminal mischaracterizations of my person, name and character, as Your Excellency's Minister of State, as in keeping with the executive law of Liberia, and given that the allegations range from bribing business owners, receiving bribes from potential investors, and accepting kickbacks for steering contracts to companies and or manipulating or manipulated public procurement processes in order to award multi-million-dollar contracts to companies in which I have ownership. The minister went on, including by abusing emergency procurement processes to rig contract bids, among others. I humbly welcome Your Excellency pronouncement to set up an investigative committee to probe into these grave allegations, to afford me the opportunity to have my day in court, as in keeping with the principle of due process. The minister went on, these allegations are crimes against are crimes also under Liberian law and must be investigated consistent with law controlling. Excellency, please allow me to provide you brief analysis and clarifications of some of the allegations. Okay, so the man is about to give you analysis and brief clarification. All right, you want to clarify some things to us or to the president. That I have been accused of: one, bribed business owners, received bribes from potential investors, and accepted kickbacks for steering contracts to companies in which he has an interest. Okay, the main response. Here's what the minister has as a response. Bribed business owners. To what extent or to what end and for what purpose? And in whose interest? Well, this question can be easy to answer. To what end? To the end of getting yourself rich and doing better than everybody else. It could be the end. And for what purpose? Again, to make you one of the richest men in Liberia, or if not the richest. It could be the purpose. And whose interest? In your interest, of course. Whose interest for which you will do that? It's your personal interest. And so he said, one who bribes business owners must have an objective to achieve something in his own interest. But in this case, no interest is defined and no reason is provided. Okay, this one, if the man goes to court, the U.S. government will adduce its evidence. The government will adduce its evidence against him. So he said, receiving bribes from potential investors. What are the names of the investors, and who are the investors? I have at no time ever received bribes from any investors. Okay, if you are accused, you're not going to come to us and tell us for sure. But the video you publish out there, you're indicted yourself. When you say, oh, when the other people are billing, they're taking the money out of the country, or they're billing out of the country, I'm doing here, you are indicting yourself, sir. C, kickbacks for steering contracts. I do not preside over contract negotiations. But you don't have to preside over contract negotiation in order to get bribed or to get bribed. You don't have to. Yeah, especially in Liberia, the big guy, if you are closer to the president, you can override anybody relatively easily. And with the power that McGill has, you don't necessarily have to be the head of the contract negotiation. Nor do I sign contracts. And so where will the kickbacks come from? Okay, those are questions for the U.S. government, they will answer. I think they have the evidence for which they sanction you. Those who may have provided wrong information to the members of the Treasury Department investigators who were seeking to gather accurate and genuine allegations of corruption, abuse, waste, and mismanagement of public funds in the fight against corruption, unfortunately provided the wrong and false information. All right, that's why the minister said that. So the people that furnished the information to the Treasury Department, the man said they gave wrong information. All right, so when the time comes, when the investigators, they do their work, we know whether the United States Treasury Department is lying or they were giving false information that will be authenticated through the investigation. But the problem with Liberian investigations is that nothing is done about it. They have done a lot of investigations out there and no outcome. And so it's not about doing investigation, it's about taking practical actions against those people when they are culpable or they are accused of doing something wrong. So instead, he went on to say, for full disclosure, Mr. President, my only involvement with contract discussions is the current ongoing impasse between and amongst AML, HPX, and the SOE issue. Okay, I don't know all those things. Okay, that's why he knows, according to him. That's the only, for full disclosure, Mr. President, my only involvement with contract discussions is the current ongoing impasse between and amongst AML, HPX, and the SOE issue. He said the next point, you want to debunk manipulated public procurement processes in order to award multi-million contract or dollar contracts to companies in which he has ownership, including by abusing emergency procurement processes to break contract bids. Okay, here is the minister's response. On this count, while I have not seen any evidence today, the multi-million dollar contract that I am aware of since the ascendancy of this government is the $160 million RIA road contract to East International. Okay, that's the only one he said he knows about. On this contract, on this count, while I have not seen any evidence today, the multi-million dollar contract that I am aware of since the ascendancy of this government is the $160 million RIA road contract to East International. All right, he went on to say, as you were aware, Mr. President, this matter was presented to the cabinet in 2019 by then Public Works Minister Mabutu Yimpan, that the RIA road project will cost $160 million, and the cabinet should approve the borrowing of said amount. It was then the decision of the cabinet that due to Liberia's huge debt burden, the said amount was too huge for the government to borrow at the time. All right, so that's what they had a discussion, and they said the amount was too huge. They had to, so that maybe they have to cut it down. But he did not say, I don't know about any contract. He has knowledge of one of the contracts, okay? So he acknowledged that. The only contract he knows of is the $160 million contract that was awarded to the East International, okay? So he knows about some contract somewhere, all right? He's not absolutely not in the know. He admitted that he knows of a contract. What did he do? Well, I don't know. So he said, therefore, the cabinet decision was that since Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government had granted East International, okay, so the contract was granted to East International by the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration, a concession of $56,432,000 plus agreement ratified by the legislature for the construction of the feeder roads in Liberia before Your Excellency. Said amount should be presented to the legislature for amendment so that instead of borrowing, US 160 million. The government will now borrow 56 million plus for the RIRO construction or project. All right. So the minister went on to say, my ownerships in East International, as alleged, is false and misleading because East International was in existence around 2011 and granted road contracts under the Unity Party government, one of which was the 59 million contract, okay? 59 million contract. I do not see how the Unity Party government, who have granted a 59,567,000 and the other rest of it contract to a company with an ownership of the sitting chairman of the CDC. So at the time he was a sitting chairman, I think that's why he's saying. All right, so it could be that you don't necessarily have to, a company does not necessarily have to precede you, or it doesn't have to be in existence before you be a part of it. It could be that when you came in, you got money, you bought share in it, who knows? But hey, that's the main defense. So Mr. McGill went on to say also the Unity Party government granted the following contracts to East International prior to the ascendancy of the CDC-led administration. Also in January 2017, the Unity Party government awarded East International, was awarded 19 million under the signature of Judy Moore. The total contract granted East International by the Unity Party government is 79 million, okay? Instead of accusing the Unity Party people of creating and owning East International, I am being accused as its owner, okay? But you see, there's a problem with this, and that's why, I mean, the president, when the president came to power, I can remember vividly when he took over his first address to the nation, he reported that he met 80 million in the account, in the Liberian's account, or the government's account, or the nation's account, if you like. And so he made $80 million in the account. And this, you have to understand, Honor Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the international community, they were very kind to Liberia. They sent pump a lot of money into the country. And so the fundamental mistake, because the president did not do his job, or the cabinet did not help the president to do certain things. For the president to have reported that he made $80 million in the account and did not do audit, he did not audit the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration, that was the problem on his part. So all the information that Mr. McGill is now giving us, those information should have been public knowledge. All right? It should have been out to the public first by doing their investigation, but they did not do that. And so now the United States government sanctioned him, and now he's telling us what went on behind the scene. This should have been a comprehensive report. The George Weah administration to say, you know what, this is what the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did through my audit team, and I must report that to the Liberian people. That wasn't done. Now the man has been sanctioned, and he coming on, oh, this is what was done behind the scene. This is what Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did. Well, you did not do your work. And that's why you guys are now in this quandary. He went on to say, accused of involvement in a wide range of other corrupt schemes, including soliciting bribes from government office seekers and misappropriating government assets for his personal gain. So the minister's response to this was, while these allegations are broad and required specificity, it is the fact of public records, both in the media, that criminal individuals have been using my name without my knowledge to get money from people seeking public office. Again, the question is, why now that Minister McGill is telling us that criminals have been using his name? Why was he quiet all along? You know this thing that criminal was using your name. You did not come to the public to say that, but he said it's public record. That's why he said, I mean, from media and all of those things that people using. Sir, you need an official statement from your office that these criminals that are saying stuff or that are taking things in your name or taking money from people, I'm not part of it, but nothing on record for us to show, but you just say public knowledge. Okay? So I'll read that again. So he said, while these allegations are broad, he said they are broad and require specificity. He's not denying them, but he said they are broad. So the government got to be specific, or the Treasury Department has to be specific. It is the fact of public knowledge or records that both in the media that criminal individuals have been using my name without my knowledge to get money from public seeking, people seeking public office. Okay, so when you say individual been using it, he made it as something people, criminals. Who are the criminals? Even though himself, you say, oh, the people did not call names and those institutions and all of that, the people that made allegations, but he is also not telling us, maybe he has knowledge now. He said criminals been using his name, or individuals. They're using his name and all of that. So you want to say, use government funds allocated to other Liberian government institutions to run his own projects, made off the books payments in cash to Australian government leaders, and organized warlords to threaten political rivals. So his response today, he said, apart from asking public and private institutions to support the cause of poor and unprivileged Liberian high school students, I do not run private projects. That's what he said. So now he said he's asking, apart from asking public and private institutions. And what, I mean, okay, so is that public information that now he's telling us? But he said he's been asking private and public institutions to support students and all of that. Is it part of his job responsibility to do that? To be asking private and public institutions to support students, or it is part of the president's agenda because we have the Department of Education that's supposed to do all of that. So the minister got to go somewhere else again and ask people to support students. So something is now holding, that's why I'm asking, did the minister exonerate himself, or he puts himself in further, he dug the hole deeper and deeper? I read that again. Say, apart from asking public and private institution. Okay, what are the institutions that the minister asked in the first place? You got to tell us too. You got to come clear, because you say the Treasury Department, they have been broad, they are not specific. And so when you say public and private institution, tell us the names of those institutions that you ask, and how much did they give? Make that information. When you ask them, did they give any amount? If so, how much did they give? Make that clear to us too as well. So the minister said, for the records, all monies donated to public high school students are deposited in the school accounts for the specific counties to which I am not a signatory, and counties that have benefited thus far are Bong, McGill County, Nimad, and Grand Bassa. Unfortunately, we are yet to raise all of the monies that have been pledged to these counties for student projects. Okay, that's what the minister said over there. How much was the amount that he wanted to raise? Maybe he said it somewhere. I haven't gotten that information. So he went on to say, I will highly appreciate the Australian government officials to come forth with the evidence. Okay, he's seeking evidence of people that are accusing him. And since these are Australian government officials, I will be glad to face them. In the case of politicians, I mean, I think you ought to face the Treasury Department now, not those people. And so all those officials got to do right now is to submit their evidence to the Treasury Department, and so that they can pursue Minister McGill, or so McGill can face the State Department and not those individuals. In the case, because the individual did not indict him, did not sanction him, it's the State Department. All right. In the case of politicians being attacked by some individuals, I have no idea. Okay, the man said he has no idea what politicians have been attacked. He has no idea. I am a friend to all of the political leaders, and none has personally complained to me about being attacked. He went on to say, B received an unjustified stipend from various Liberian government institutions and used his position to prevent his misappropriation from being discovered. So his response here is, Again, these allegations are broad. He's not denying them, but he said they are broad. Again, these allegations are broad, but for the records, I deny and reject them. Okay, now he's rejecting this one. They are broad, but he is rejecting them. Okay, what? We expect you to come and accept them? No, that's you have to. You're giving us your words, and the other people give us the word. Now, so it's both of you time now to give evidence to exonerate yourself. I deny and reject them because I do not receive stipends from other government agencies, as doing so will greatly erode my stature and authority as the principal assistant to the president and minister of state for presidential affairs. All right, so here's something here. He said, these allegations are broad, but for the records, I deny and reject them because I do not receive stipends from other government agency, from other. So maybe the one he is part of, he receives some stipends from the agency that he's in. But he said other government agencies. All right. So it doesn't mean he's not saying he's not receiving stipends, but from other government agencies. So the one apparently that he's part of, he is receiving some stipend. I'm quite sure that's why he implies here. As doing so, who would greatly erode my stature and authority as the principal assistant to the president and minister of state for presidential affairs. Because doing so, I will be involved in corruption with them. He went on to say, there's another charge the State Department made against him. Regularly distributes thousands of dollars in undocumented cash to other government officials for government and non-government activities. Here is the minister's response to that. I hereby incorporate the averments of my response in count 5 and hereby denied and dismiss the allegations contained herein. Okay, so he's dismissing it. It's not true. However, when a friend or any Liberian citizen in need seeks assistance from me, it is a public information and a fact that individuals coming to me for assistance are always asked other private institutions and individuals to help. Okay, why himself cannot help? He got to go to other private institutions. Why? He said he's doing that always. He's always asking private institutions and individuals to help. When people come to him for help, even though when you look at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, it's at $20 million in there. Why? I don't know why they put all that money in there. But you say when the people go to him for help, you ask the private institutions and individuals to help. Okay. All right, that's what he said. Responsible, that's another allegation made by the Treasury Department, responsible for or complicit in or who has directly or indirectly engaged in corruption, including the misappropriation of state assets, the expropriation of private assets for personal gain, corruption related to government contracts, or the extraction of natural resources or bribery. Here is the minister's response to that. These allegations are vague. Already, they are not clear. They are not specific. They are ambiguous. These allegations are vague and indistinct. They are not clear, right? I need a specific details as to what is meant by misappropriation of state assets. Okay, right now he doesn't know. All right. The expropriation of private assets for personal gain, corruption related to government contracts, or the extraction of natural resources or bribery. I need full details on these allegations. Okay, so the man said he wants full detail. He's not denying that, but he wants, they are broad, he needs details on those things. As always, and as Your Excellency's principal assistant and Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, I want to recommit myself into the fight against corruption and your government's open declaration to arrest and prosecute whoever is involved, assuring Your Excellency always to remain faithful to your progressive development agenda for our county and people. I remain respectfully yours, Nathaniel F, McGill, Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, suspended. Okay, so that's the the Minister of Communication to the President. And so now you can decide whether the man indicted himself or he exonerated himself. But I don't think he exonerated himself. There are a lot of questions remain to be answered in that communication, and it is up to the State Department to address those things, and to, if they want to, he's seeking evidence, he's seeking clarity, and all those things, so they can do that. But the president suspended him. The president did not say with pay or without pay, so we are assuming the man is still getting paid. That's the assumption. The president cannot let down his buddies now. All right, so that's the communication from the president's principal person, Nathaniel McGill. Already suspended minister. Let's go to the next thing that I want to talk about today on VOSD. So now we're going to stay still with Minister McGill. All right. This one, it has to do with the Liberian people. The way we think and the way we do things is so weird. Not only in Liberia, but in the United States. This gone weekend, I went to the CDC rally somewhere in the south in Philadelphia on the soccer field, and they sang a song there that was a little strange to me, and it was analogous, similar to the song that was sung during Taylor time in Liberia, during the election. You kill my pa, you kill my ma, I will vote for you. And the guy was singing on the soccer field, suspended or sanctioned or not sanctioned, we will still vote for you. You know, so something is fundamentally wrong in the Liberian man's psyche. All right, when somebody or people are harming you and you say, I will still vote for them, something is wrong somewhere. Something is fundamentally wrong. And so the Liberian people, after McGill, who wasn't a rich man, got rich in little or no time, and the U.S. government is trying to save us from the looters. The Liberian people, those that are suffering, that don't have access to the millions of dollars that McGill didn't have access to, well, these people are going to show solidarity. They show their support to McGill. I don't know for what. Oh, for suspending him or for taking money. And the people that believe in God, the so-called pastors, they also went there to pray for McGill. And I was thinking, this is the insanity of religion. You know, I think it was Dr. Bobby Wright that coined the word called mental mind. You're killing the mind. So he said religion is the systematic destruction of the mind. So it's called menticide. And that's what I'm seeing that religion is doing to our people. Somebody is harming you, or people are harming you, but you still praise them. You still support them. Something is wrong. Religion is systematically destroying the minds, the thinking of our people. Yes. For people to pray, one would have thought that those pastors, those reverends, those deaconess, those ushers would have prayed for the poor people in the country. One would have thought that these people would pray for the criminals in the country to stop robbing people, for those that are raping children to stop doing that, or for God to bring them to justice. But they are praying for people that are looting the country. I don't get it. Religion is something is fundamentally wrong with religion. Some of these religious people. I'm not saying all of them. But for you, the very people that are praying for these corrupt ministers, economically, they are not okay. They are struggling. But then they are praying for somebody who is doing good through stealing. And so they were praying to their God. Like, listen to this. You watch the short video here. I don't understand these people. They're praying for McGill. I don't know. They're praying for him to get more money or what? Or to repent? I don't know for sure. So what I'm going to do here, I will stop this screen sharing here. And I will, let me stop it and I will depopulate. I got a lot of stuff on the screen here that I don't need right now. Let me bring them down. You want to stay with me? This show got a lot of important things that I will be discussing after this. The national issues that are going on in Liberia, right? So you got to stay with me. Share the show. Let me get some of these things out. These different pop-ups, they are all over the place. All right, so let me play one of the videos here. I'll play two videos. They are very brief. They're nothing long, so you can see what the people are thinking in that country. People are thinking so wrong. Let's see. Let me bring this down. Let me bring this. Sorry, guys. I want to a lot of pops or things. People are sending a lot of things to me. So when I'm on, there's a lot going on here. Let me bring that down so I will get minimal stuff. Okay. I think I should go. I should be good now. 1, 2. I need this video as well. Okay, I think I gotta bring this down. I dealt with it already. Okay, good. Now I can share this with you. I just want to share this quickly so that you can know what I'm talking about. Let me share a quick video with you. Let me share the first one. Let's see, why is it not playing? Let me adjust it a little bit. Too big, I think. All right.
For my friends and brothers of Gbarpolu County, let me express my gratitude for the level of solidarity your country shows. I know you are not going to celebrate any act of corruption, because corruption is a matter that everyone else needs to condemn quite true. But what you have shown me today, as a matter of solidarity, I want to appreciate you.
So, but they didn't come there to support you, support corruption. What are they there for? What are they there for? Why? What is it? Is he bereaved? Something tragic happened to him? He did something wrong. And so, I mean, whether you agree, whether they go there to support corruption, that's why it is. You are accused of corruption, and they are going there to show solidarity, but obviously they are supporting corruption.
But at the same time, individuals, I know even the great democracy, even the United States, the right of innocence is always the paramount issue of the process. I want to ask you to continue to be calm as we go through this time of difficulty. You know, some of the allegations, you've seen it, and I've officially written the president of my position regarding the allegations. And those positions will be out on Monday. So Liberian people can hear from me for the first time. I believe sincerely that the U.S. Treasury Department had a good intention to identify individuals who are engaged in corruption. And we welcome that. But I believe the information that they received regarding me, those information will be correct. And I hope, as a democracy, I want the world's most important democracy that defend human rights will give me the opportunity to be heard. Because individuals they may have spoken to me, I misinformed them about my involvement in corruption. Some of the allegations are allegations that I'm supporting students and giving thousands of dollars to private projects.
Okay, so that's a little bit of McGill over there. The people went there to show solidarity. The man did not win Nobel Prize. He He wasn't harmed physically. Somebody did not die for him. He did not graduate, did not get a PhD, but to go show solidarity for somebody who was sanctioned by the United States government. I don't know why they did not do the same to Prince Johnson. Why they did not do the same to Vani Sherman. Why they did not do the same thing to Yomplu, but only McGill. You know, so the Liberian people, we got the tendency of celebrating the people that harm us. It's interesting set of people. You celebrate, you go show support to somebody who works for the government, and then the government cannot take action. The foreign government, the world's most powerful country, say that this guy is corrupt. But then are the same people you can come to beg when you need help. And these people are telling you this guy is corrupt. But then you are going there to give him support. But then tomorrow when you're hungry, you call America, you're going to help. The war that ended in Liberia, that America ended the war. They were crying to America over. America, George Weah got to speak and say, Chancellor, leave that country. And that's how Chancellor left. Even though you were under pressure from other warring factions. But for the fact that America added her voice then, it expedited the process, the departure of Taylor. But the same America is telling you these guys are corrupt. And people are showing support. So in other words, they are condemning America. Why America? They are not seeing the effort that America is making to improving the lives of the people. All right. So now, yes, another one here. The other video that got my attention to from Liberia with respect to McGill. Let me take this one down so I don't have a lot of videos here. Here's the next one that I want to share with you. The next video.
Prayer. 1, for him. 2, for the President of the Republic of Liberia. Let there be a transfer of it. Reverend?
Let there be a transfer of it. Transfer of what? They are praying for the President of McGill. Okay. For the President, well, there are allegations against him. But for McGill, he was sanctioned by the United States, and they gave several counts. But the pastor said, you know what, we'll pray for the man. They want, I don't know, a transfer of wealth or transfer of what? I don't know.
Amen. We are giving glad that come around to pray for our son, our uncle. Amen. Amen. If I may, let me ask Pastor Jerry and Pastor Fire to lead this.
I mean, the first thing, before you pray for McGill, pray for, you see that record structure you're standing on. Let God give you the money for it to improve that building. I mean, I just don't understand religious people, as some of them. I don't understand these people. You're praying for somebody, but your condition, how much is in your account? And you're praying for the one guy, is he the only educated person in the country? I mean, so Liberian people, we have serious thinking problem. Our religion has blinding our mind's eye. Because something is not right to pray for somebody who is harming you.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so that the people that are praying for, the people that are harming them, Nathaniel McGill, they're praying for him. All right, so that Liberia for you. They don't pray for the children to have access to quality education. They don't pray for their God to send electricity to them. They don't pray for God to improve the economy. They don't pray for the criminals to start harming children, the people that are raping, the government officials that are looting, to expose those people. Well, America is trying, but now they are praying for the very people that are harming us. Something is wrong in that country. Something is wrong. The roads are messed they are messed up in the country. They are a total mess. They don't pray for the God to pave the roads. Our people don't have access to medication. No good hospitals over there. They don't pray for those things to be improved. They don't pray for those things. They pray for people that were indicted, sanctioned by the government of the United States. Religion is getting people insane. People are getting crazy for the Western religion. This Christianity is not original to Africans. These people use religion and they suppress you. Those in the West, Dr. King, they had to fight. For 400 years, the people used religion. They used the very Bible to justify slavery. The people fought. People died, millions of people died. Using the Bible, just because the Bible does not condemn slavery or oppression, the Bible supports those things. So you hear Jesus saying, slave master or slave, obey your master. He didn't say stop that nonsense, slave master, put an end to that. He said obey your master. And so the Bible, the very Bible, after the people fought for years and they liberated themselves, the people did not get free by the volition of the slave master. They fought. All right? So that what Dr. King would say, freedom is not voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be sought by the oppressed. You have to fight for it. And the people fought for it. And that's how they were liberated. The same people after the people fought and freed themselves. And they said, we want to go, some of them they said, we want to go to Africa. They went there. And these same people carried the Bible to them. This is the word of God. But the same word of God was used to suppress you. But you take the same boat to be a God. There should be a boat of God or a demon, not a boat of God, unless God is demon. But our people, I don't know, we don't want to think for ourselves. These people give us the education already. Why can't we use it? And you're praying. During the corona time, God went out of business. They closed all the churches. The prayer did nothing. There were people who were looking up to the scientific community to save humanity. And they did that. They got the vaccine. But people are praying. I'm glad that prayer doesn't work anyway. It doesn't work. And so McGill then will face the wrath of the law. The cattle. That God cannot free people. Because they got their God, when you look in the Bible, people that are poor and they are criminals, they don't face justice. No. They say, oh, God will forgive them. But the family that were victimized by the people they are grieving, God doesn't seek their interests. And so the people, because of the corruption in the country, we are not making progress. A country that is less than 6 million people and is rich, people are suffering. And the very people that are suppressing our people, they are praying for them. These pastors are demons. They are the demons. They don't like their own people. They don't like the poor people that are suffering in the country. They don't. How can you do this to your people? The people are suffering in the country and you're praying for those that are suppressing the people. You're praying for George Weah. The man never had private jet. But man had private jet right now. You never have 40 some more houses. Or let me reduce this to 16 according to Eugene Nangbe, the former information minister. He got 16 houses right now. Why you need all those things? So the very people that are suppressing them, that the people they are supporting, they are praying to their God. And I'm glad that prayer doesn't work. The very people, when the pastors that are over there, when they're sick, they don't go pray. They go to the hospital. They go take Tylenol when they get headache. They don't pray to their God. And so prayer, they can just waste their time with the prayer. The man got to be prosecuted. He got to face the wrath of the law. Yeah, that's what religion does. You go show solidarity and praying for corrupt government officials. That is insane. It's crazy. That is crazy. That's what religion does. It does not, it makes rational people to not think properly. It's about succumbing your mind to, religion, listen to the word, if you look at the etymology of that word, it's basically mean to do something. So you are tying your brain to another person's mind, why another person thinks. So the person is conditioning you, they're controlling you. Think for yourself. Why you need the Bible to survive? Why you need prayer? Countries that are doing well around the world, America, you see those guys they're praying around here. You see Chinese they're praying. You see the Japanese praying. The Russians they do prayer to improve. No, it's leadership. They put policy. They hold criminals accountable for what they do. They hold people accountable. They don't pray for them. But Liberia, we go around and beg people all over the place. And then when the people give all the little thing there, the government officials, when they eat the money, then they pray for them. Then they go show solidarity. They support them. That's the insanity of religion. Let me go to something else here before I go too deep into that. It's annoying. You kill my pa, you kill my man, I will vote for you. And the people say, oh, you put sanction on me, you don't put sanction on me, we'll vote for him. They were saying that on the soccer field. Just weekend in America here, not in Liberia. People in America, they were thinking, I was like, wow, the guy's serious? Sanction, no sanction, we'll vote for him. I was like, damn it, we got a long way to go. People in the US, they see what these people do here. When you steal, even let's give you an example of Anthony Weiner, as a representative for New York, one of those districts. The man sent a half nude picture to a girl. The ethics committee of the house, the man told them they forced that man to resign. But in Liberia, the people go sing. They call pastor and to pray. Now, what will improve the country? Prayer has not improved anything in the country. You stop the prayer business and start praying for the wrong people. You pray for the sick people. Let it heal. The hunger that going on, let the hunger stop in the country. You say your God will send manna from heaven. Let him send manna. You pray, you do the wrong things. You hold these people accountable. You say your God is a God of justice. Why you can't seek justice? And you're praying for the man to transfer. I don't know. I didn't get the whole full context. The pastor to transfer what? The money in the store that I understand they see some of those, some of those guys' account so they can transfer the money to them. I don't know why you're talking about when you say transfer. So that why you see like bro, that the insanity of Christianity or religion as a whole. It makes people in other areas, when they're in other disciplines, they will ask all the tough questions when it comes to religion, then they suspend their mind. All right, now let's transition and let's leave Liberia and come to the United States. Let's come to the United States. What I call overview of SADAA's poorly attended basement convention. Overview of SADAA's poorly attended basement convention. All right, some of you don't know what basement. A basement is when you have a building. The people in America here, what they do, they can dig hole underground, and that's the basement. And so the people had a convention in the basement this weekend. They had, it's sad the way they level our brothers and sisters, they brought themselves just for this division. For 4 days, they just to be in the basement. Why did you pay all the money? I don't know whether they pay money or just a facade. But anyway, we want to talk about the people poorly attended basement convention. It was basement. You go sit down, you left your home to just go in somebody's basement to go dance for 4 days. Why you can't stay in your own basement and dance? But anyway, that's what, when you have fanatics, fanatics, they're almost like religion people. They don't think. And so it's about what is before them, their leader. They are fanatics, okay? So I look at a lot of things that weekend during the poll convention, and I want to speak to a couple of things, specific things. And so on the topic, overview of SADAA's poorly attended basement convention, I have what I call revealing the truth concealed by SADAA's president. And the SADAA's president is Geleo. And people will say, oh, that guy is very stubborn. Yes, I am. When the wrong things are done, I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not going to take that culture where when something happens, one time they talk about it, and everybody then put it, they forget it, to go to the next thing. We have to be consistent, holding people accountable. So I listened to SADAA's president report to the people or to us as well, because it's global. And he was saying some things that were strange to me. The guy was not honest. And so saying he did not reveal the truth. When you conceal something, you're hiding something. So I want to reveal the truth that Mr. Geleo concealed, that he hid from us. He did not tell us. And I was taken aback when I heard that from him. I'm not going to play the whole video, just a little bit. I'll play a little bit of the video, and I took notes. I'll go over my notes. If you have the time, you can go listen to, after I give you my analysis, after I give you the truth, then you can go watch the video later, the full thing. But I will just give you a little bit of what he said. Some of the things, they are annoying. You can't do that. You can't say that. Be honest for once. But the brother go and lie to us, and lie to his members, and lie to people that don't know what is going on. It's not right to lie to people just so you can extract money from them. You can't do that. And I will not take that. All right, let's listen to Green Coach Geleo here for a second. Something that I want to listen to that pisses me off.
Taking over as a leeward, non-profit organization, taking over as a leeward, non-profit organization in the United States. Fellow delegates, we oblige on our norms and constitution. Report to you in progress and challenges the key constitutional violence committed, the 2021 resolution, and the initial activities during the reporting period. The board. On the period under review, the working relationship between the board and director of the executive committee is coding. The board and executive committee work hand in hand to resolve any problem cases. The board, on so many instances, with the executive committee handle unresolved problem. We are grateful for the entire board of directors on the stewardship of my Cameros, chairperson of the board of directors. Finances. Our ever potent match for team headed by Dara City of Wayne, and the ability system of Peter Swing, that I refer to as an integrity algorithm.
Shaking my head.
A very well is going well. The financial head of SADAA is encouraging, and the prospects, the tracks, donors, most internally, are very high. Following the completion and turning over the keys for the two constructed buildings in Africa.
I must stop the video over there. I must stop the video there. The man told us he constructed 2 buildings and turned over the keys. And that is annoying. And that's the truth, one of the truths that he did not tell the people. Mr. Green Coach Geleo cannot take credit for something that his organization did not do. That is disingenuous, that is malicious, that is totally dishonest. You can't go tell people that. SADAA did not build a kitchen in Liberia. SADAA did not build a goat pen in Liberia. SADAA did not build Balier in Liberia. Nowhere around the world. The Green Coach Geleo and his followers cannot show us an evidence that SADAA constructed 2 buildings in Liberia. That is a bold-faced, malicious lie. And I would not like that to pass. You can't do that. You can't go before the people, the global community, when Dark Sayo put there. Is also, I didn't pay my convention fee because I don't trust you guys, and that's why I don't pay. I was following as well. And you can't go put that kind of report out there to the people that you build 2 buildings in Liberia. Where? How? Where did you get the money from? Who authorized that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you the evidence. Green Coach Geleo Booker's organization that is now registered, that is now taking money from people in the United States, did not build a kitchen in Liberia. They did not build anything. The buildings that Green Coach Geleo is taking credit for were built by the United Sarpo Association in the Americas, and not Green Coach Geleo organization. The organization is the first convention that they are having. He has done nothing. They just inaugurated the organization, basically. And they are telling us they built 2 buildings. That's a foul lie. Both men will say that is malicious. That is mendacious. You can't lie like that, brother. Don't do that. The building was built. Green was the president of the United Support Association in Americas. Those buildings were built when he was the president of the United Support Association. And now when he was the president of SADAA, that record must be made clear. We are not taking it from Green Code Geo that the houses were not built on his watch. But you can't give the credit to your bogus organization. That is not right. We will not take that today, and I will not allow that lie to go. You can't do that. Where is the contract document? Where? Well, Green Code Geo said he built. Here's the document. We'll show it to you one more time. We got all the documents yet. I have shown it to you before, and I will show it to you again. You can have your convention and report to the people the facts about your organization. This is also called plagiarism in the academic world. If you take credit for something that you did not do, it's plagiarism, the offensive word for stealing other people's ideas. That's what Green Code Geo and you guys are doing here. And you are clapping for that. Those guys are there, they know how the structures were built. It wasn't built by Green Code Geo, bogus organization. No. Let me share the document with you, ladies and gentlemen. We can't take the lies. It will go, unless they stop the lies, we'll have peace in the community. You can't carry propaganda and lies all over the place, and you have the representative of the elders and ancestors to be quiet about it. I'm not going to be quiet. We'll tell the people the truth, like it or not. This is why here is the contract document. It didn't go nowhere. This is the contract document for the Nessus Quarter. It's right here. It didn't go nowhere. Nessus Quarter, I'm talking about the last two that were built. The first one, he didn't take credit for it, so I don't bother to go about it. But he said they built two Nessus Quarters and they turned keys over. So the last two structures that were built right here, he said, you see the document, the contract document here. Made, it said, nursing quarter. These are some of the things we're trying to face in the past. When you have error somewhere, you recommend they fix it, then they get angry. Our two buildings, it should be Nessus Quarters, but they say Nessus Quarter Construction Agreement. Okay, that's fine. So they say made on the second day of April 2021. All right. That's the scene. 2021 Green Code Geo organization was funded. It was established. The scene 2021. Between, listen that the contract document I'm reading here, made on the second day of April 2021 between the United Support Association in Americas, USAA, year after called the owner. Who is the owner? USAA, right? Represented by its national president. Green was the president by then. Mr. G. Gileo of the one part, and the Initiative for National Development, IND, of the other part, of whose office is situated in the city of Grande County, Liberia, as the second part, year after known and referred to as the contractor, represented by its general manager and CEO, Mr. Roland Tai Nome, for the construction of Nessus Quarters in Pinetown and Sincon and Guest House in Town in Wakaba, located in SINOE County, Liberia. Okay, we approved 3 projects to be constructed in SINOE County. Follow this, ladies and gentlemen. This brother will go around a lot to the global community. It is annoying. I'm not going to take that. It is not going to pass with me. If you guys want unity in the community, stop the lies and we'll be fine. So whereas the owner is desirous of having 3 units, Nessus Quarters in Pinetown, in Singon, and a guest house in Geleo, Weja, and is supporting infrastructure year after call the works, constructed in accordance with the drawings and specifications approved by the Board of Directors and in accordance with the generally accepted standard of construction. All right, the owner, we see, let me show you something. So now, I want to bring you back here. The guy reported, he said 2 buildings. And when you look at the contract document, we talk about 3 projects. Pinetown, 1 quarter in Pinetown, 1 in Singon, and another one, a guest house in Geleo. But because of sectionalism, because of division, because of commotion, the guy loves for confusion in the community. He say, you know what? The single people, they are not supporting me. They are not supporting my corruption, and therefore they should not get Ness's quarter. And so what Green Coach Dio did was he removed one of the projects that we approved, the 3 projects that should have been built in Liberia. Green Una did too. That's why he reported to the people that will build 2 nests, but it is not SADAA that built the structures. I'm reading the contract document right now, and that's why brought some of the confusion in the community. And that's why we have to take the guy to court. We gave the guy $90,000 to build 3 structures, and he built 2 using $60,000. Where is the remaining $30,000? Green cannot account for that. And that's why the board of directors, they say something got to be done. We can't allow you to, after we approve $10,000 in the middle of the COVID virus, to give to our people. And up to now, Green cannot account for that money. On top of that, he went in the account and told additional $7,000. No accountability. The board said, do not take it here. You still took the money. On top of that, he took $90,000 from there in the account. And they said why the board of directors confronted them. And the guy refused to build 3 structures on his watch. And when he went to Kabade, where he's from, and Jedetown, where his so-called boat chair from. And they left the single people out. They left the single people out. And that's some of the problems we have in the union. The division, where is the $30,000, Mr. Geleo? So I don't want the man to go to people to tell people that if you don't have nothing to report, tell the people I didn't do anything. That's what right. That's what you're supposed to do. Let me show you something here. So let me show you the contract document, the breakdown, right? Payments. That's the payment here. Payment will be made. So IND referred to and known as contracted through a bank transfer or any medium agreeable between the finance department of both institutions, IND and USA. They not say SADAA here. It's not SADA. No, they say USA. The IND agreed to provide all bank details to facilitate the transfer of money to them. Payment will be made in phases. All right. Hold on, let me see the call here coming in. Hello, who's this?
Hey. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Mr. Jawi?
Yeah, how you doing?
Welcome to the show. What's your input?
Yeah, thank you very much. Can I have a time?
Yeah, you're obliged. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we do not need further explanation to clarify the owner of those houses built under the administrations of former President Green Trio. It's very clear. The documents you just read are clear. The timing of those houses, very clear. The conventions that they just had has also proven further that SADAA did not know anything about those houses that were built. Last conventions that were held by former President Geleo and his group in Minnesota, that convention was in control of the Sarpo constitutions, was under the impressions that the organization is being split. They would also make it clear as well that that convention, in fact, was a Sarpo association in the America.
Right.
It was not on anything called SADAA.
Right.
So what is conflicting and what is laughable at the same time is that how can SADAA take ownership of a structure that at the time it was built, SADAA itself wasn't bound?
Fair enough. Yes.
So you own a property, you build your house before you were bound. How did that happen? So, I mean, these things, we are from the same community, but when people are putting this kind of thing out there, I think
you have to do a research to balance your thoughts, to see whether or not the idea you're trying to sell out there will be logical to other people, because people are going to make counter arguments. These are documents from that's President Geleo, forwarded to the board of directors. We debate these documents. The money that was taken and spent came from the account of United Sarpo Association. That organization filed 163 and all credentials. Let's say those things were used to build these structures. At that time, there was no SADAA. So now tell the people the truth. Like you said, if SADAA has not done anything, be very frank with the people. We haven't done anything since we came into being. Or maybe after we make a split and you keep with that structure, you can tell them this is what I've done since we got a split and funded the organization. But what is difficult, what makes it difficult for this organization is that they have made it clear to all the community that this is the first convention for SADAA. So when SADAA in fact made the decision to build houses, when this is the first convention. So these contradictions, they are very clear, but you know, it's good that you're making the clarifications so that the people know what's happening on the other side. But it's not difficult to understand these things. SADAA had nothing to do with the building that will be in Geleo Town. It also has nothing to do with the building that will be in Pyne. Those are properties for the United Sarpo Association in the America. The evidence is clear on the wall. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jawi. All right, that's the co-chairman of the board of directors of the United Sarpo Association in Americas, and that's what Voice of SINOE is here for. We don't believe in commotion, but we believe in giving the facts to the people. We believe in giving the evidence to the people. All right, and so we approved. It was $90,000. So if you look at here, phase one, $45,000. You got our 3 buildings. Phase 2, $35,000. Phase 3, then $10,917.42. That was the agreement. Wanted to find out later that because of division, Mr. Geleo would drop the single people. And say, single people, we don't do anything for you. Because all of you guys are not supporting my corruption. Only a few elements with me, and what you are paying is not enough. And so I will focus on my own people, Kabade. Because his supporter will say, my Kabade president. You know, so these guys are sectionalists. And I will make sure that these people, they think holistically. When we get their authority, you think about all the people and not where you are from. I would say that you president and you build building in your town, and the other person said they build chair and they build one building. Okay, the other people that are around, why you abandon them? How Green build the 3 projects in the areas that we identify, them will be okay. We'll have no issues. But he didn't do it. And at the end of the day, he taking credit, he giving that to his organization that was born yesterday. They had just had the first convention. Let Mr. Jawi pointed out, how was it that you got that before you were born? Come on, dude. Nothing wrong with us here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to show you the evidence, the lies the people put out there. We must disabuse the public of the lies. And that's what we are here for. Yes, the contract document signed, Green Code Geleo President, United Sarpo Association in Americas. And that's SADAA. It was signed, Ronan Tai, CEO, initiated for national development. Over here, I don't know, Camden Ross is a book of stuff she put. She was in the board chair at the time. And so while the Camden Ross said, we don't know. So these are some of the fraudulent activities that we're fighting in the union. They do all the fictitious stuff. Why suppose you were not board? Nobody elected Camden Ross to be board chair for the USA. No. The poor Edward K. Norman here, board of directors, initiated, okay, that the organization, the company that the board chair over there. Okay. So we have to make this clear to our people. All right. Let me get back to what I was doing. All right. And so that's one of the lies that I wanted to tell. I'm not going to play the whole video because, like I said, I took notes already. So I'll just go through my notes and some of the things that were annoying to me that the guy said. I must go through them. All right. So now in specific order, of course. So the 2 billion thing will make that clear to you already. That's a lie. It's not, those billions were not built by SADAA. They were built by the United Cyprus Association in Americas. I mean, he says something, I don't know. So, I mean, though it's not my business, but it was just strange. That guy, is he running a democratic organization or a dictatorship? The guy said that he would be leaving power and the vice president would take over. Okay. Is it a democratic organization people supposed to vote, or they are not voting whatever Green says that will go? So when you say, I will be leaving July and my vice president will take over. The people should not go to the ballot box to select who the one that you put in your vice president there. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. I will be speaking every day. I said, what kind of thing that guy is running? Is he living in the 21st century? Or he's a modern day dictator and telling people what he wants to do? You'll be outside and still controlling because Dave Kudi will be a puppet. In other words, that's what he's saying. I will be speaking every day. I'm not going nowhere. So he's saying he will be leaving July. So I don't know, the democratic credential of the organization is in question already. The man say, I'll put Dave Kudi there when I'm leaving. Instead of saying, okay, when I leave, the Electoral Commission will set up in keeping with the Constitution, even though they don't have Constitution. They don't have anything of that sort. When they have a Constitution, that means they are using the USA Constitution. And that's what they are doing on a cover. So if you listen to the report, you don't hear about, oh, we got our new Constitution, we got our new 501c3, nothing. They don't say anything like that. These guys are BM. They are just there to exploit people. The men talking about norms and of a constitution, all of that. They don't have constitution. Now he reported 41,000 brought forward that were in their account currently, according to him when they went to the convention. Now this one is kind of a little strange to me, right? $41,000 left in their account. And you know, it's hard when you have people that don't ask questions. Okay, when you say you have $41,000 in your account, how much was there before? Tell us. How much was in our account? Tell us. But the man reported we brought $41,000 forward. You have to understand the convention that had under the watch of the United Cyprus Association, Mr. Jawi Ryder pointed out, the first program they had, it was a convention, all right? It was held under the banner of the United Cyprus Association. They said, they reported to us that they raised 60,000 United States dollars, the amount they raised, all right? Also, we took them to court when they took the $90,000. Their foreign lawyer, they say they got $90,000. When they brought the Somalian man, they said they got $63,000. What they did with that, the other one they took from there, I can't explain that one. The guy will explain. Now, the $60,000 we went to court, it was $63,000, it was split $31,000. Now, I don't want to talk about other things on the side, but just from the $60,000 they claimed that they raised, and the $31,000 that they got from the lawsuit, which they don't deserve. What did they do with the money? And the man said now they have only $41,000 in their account. We don't see any project in the name of SADAA in Liberia. What did they do with the money? So these guys, they are just there to take hard-earned money. They will not give you an accounting of what they did with the money. The $60,000 that they say they raised and the $30,000. The $31,000 they got from the lawsuit. What a project they built. What did they do in Liberia? What did they do in the United States? You will not see anything. It is because of these guys that USAA is now struggling. Because there is something they call chain of command or continuity of service. When Honorable Baku left, let me backtrack a little bit. When the conflict was resolved through the effort of Manaide Poa and others, the 7 years, the Kroji group and the College group, whatever was left over, they turned that money over to Mr. Obaku. And Mr. Obaku being an ethical man, being somebody who is in the interests of the union, you got to understand after 7 years, we're struggling. And so the little that the people turned over, Mr. Obaku managed that amount. And then he tripled or quadrupled that amount. Mr. Obaku turned over not less than almost $200,000 to the administration of Green Coast Geleo. Over 200, nearly $200,000, I should say. Nearly 200,000 United States dollars. How much that man he turned over to Green Coast Geleo? That the money that was turning Green Eye for which he divided the organization. Over $200,000. We wonder how we spend 60,000. Okay, that 30,000 at $3 billion we build. But by then when you are the president the first term, we never had issues. So the money, that $30,000 we used to build the first building in Belleville Creek. So, and we still have over $100,000 in the account. All right? Or near the $200,000 in the account. The man said he used $60,000. Nothing above, nothing below. It was everything exact. Up to now, we are not getting any report from the buildings and all of those things. When you build structure, you have to make report to the board, right? No report whatsoever. And that's why his vice president at the time, the late Gus Seltaffen, he said, if there's anything, he will be your state witness. Because a lot of feature things that were going on a Green Coast Geleo. When he talks, the marginalized, saying, oh, that single man, the opportunity to listen to that man. All right? He was in Liberia at the time. Green said, I will go to Liberia to break ground. He couldn't instruct the vice president to do the groundbreaking. Just thought to eat the people money. Okay? So the $41,000, something is wrong somewhere. They did not give an account of what they did with the $60,000 and what they did with the $30,000, of which they say they get for the $1,000 in the account. These guys are money eaters. So the man said, he also said, North Carolina, is Sam Yangle on a Green Coast Geleo. I'm not too sure, but he reported Sam Yangle is one of his presidents. Mr. Yangle will speak to that one. But as far as you know, North Carolina, Mr. Sam Yangle, that's one of the guys that established the United Sarpo Association in Americas. And I don't think he's going to leave that to go to a factional group. I don't think he's going to spoil his beautiful legacy. Mr. Sam Yangle, that North Carolina chapter of the United Sarpo, he's one of the doyens of the union. I don't think he's going to be with the factional group, an organization whose leadership is one family. I don't think Sam Yangle will do that. So he reported that Sam Yangle is part of him. And then the man, Green Coast Geleo, is a strange guy. The man actually was there and praising Samuel Shegbe. Yes. The man that insulted all the women, all the elders, everybody, even before they went to the convention. They guy were on Facebook attacking the vice president of Sarpo Epulabo Development Association in Liberia. Yes. Pay Solo, the woman wore a lap out the man star. He attacked that woman on Facebook. So the man is that's a man, Green Coast Geleo go probably and say he's a good guy, he pressing Samuel Shegbe. You can see how the guy damaged the community. He does not have the testicular fortitude to rebuke people that do wrong things. So he went there, he was thanking Samuel Shegbe for cussing people out. I don't know why he didn't tell Lisa Farley too. I don't know why. But he wouldn't have appreciated Samuel Shegbe, that the publicity man that cussing people. I just, those are things I took from the place, from the convention I must talk about now, I'll listen to a report. The man said they were taken to court and vindicated. That's another big lie. You see, these are the things that can piss me off. The man said they were taken to court and they were vindicated. Okay, you were claiming to be United Sarpo Association in Americas. And then the people say, after they quote everything, they say, don't call yourself United Sarpo Association anymore. Turn over the paperwork. Turn over the website and everything else. And the man went and stood in front of the people, then he changed his name. He called himself SADAA. And he said he was vindicated through the law. Why lie like that, brother? Why? Why Green Geleo must lie like that? You have to just report what you did for your little cabal and tell the people, don't say things that are not accurate. The first question will ask you why you change your name. If you were vindicated, why did you change your name? You are the United Sarpo Association, but you are not using that name again. But you say you are vindicated. The people say turn over the organization website to the right people, and you did that. Turn over the documents. You refused because of that. I mean, certain things guys, probably even the man couldn't renew the 501c3 of the organization. The Myers Manor administration got to do all those things. And so the guy goes around and just lie. It's just annoying when I hear the guy say these things. The man talking about choosing light over darkness. You see the conflict that went on the doing Charles Kroji and College Gebele. It is not as bitter and deep as Green Coach Geo took the community now. No. Before then, we never had SADAA on the side or Happy Dot on the other side. No. It was everybody was saying United Sarpo. The guy created their own what you call it? Charles Kroji and say United Sarpo Association when we came back together. They didn't go to Liberia to create another branch. No. They didn't do it. Green is so divisive to the point where he left the United States, went to Liberia to further divide the community. That's how wicked and vicious the guy is. He is bent on dividing the community everywhere. He is in Liberia. I saw our mothers and they are sinking on Facebook. I mean, why people feed into the divisive people? Why? And so Green is successful in dividing the community all over the place. He divided people. And he's talking about, you are the darkness in the community, which you have been fired off, doing a whole lot for our people. But you have digressed the activities of the organization because of the conflict. Brother insulting brother, sister insulting sister. They can't speak to each other. See how Green damaged the community. He left even the United States and is now in Liberia dividing brothers and sisters. That's how bad this guy is. And I will not leave him alone. Treat each other with respect. Green is the most disrespectful guy ever I have seen on planet Earth. The man go over there and say, you have to treat each other with respect. And he is praising Samuel Sigbe, who insulted our elders, our mothers, and everybody else. Then you're talking about respect each other. No, Green, you just said disrespect each other. That's what you're supposed to say. Don't say respect each other. When you are praising Samuel Sigbe, who insulted everybody. Or maybe by that he means members of the SADAA, the SADAA people. They had convention in the basement for 4 days. I want to call it basement convention. Green also said 2023 projects, event center, they're going to be building. And then they will do one for the Singon people. All right. So right now, this is total politics, all right? Green is not going to build a damn thing for the Singon people. When a man do it for you first, he will not do it for you for the second time. He's just doing this so he can get the few dollars in your pocket. That's why he's doing that. All right? He wants to exploit you, and that's why he put this thing down. Now, assuming that Green build event center and Singon and build a project in the Singon region, it would not be a favor. Why? Because the guy ate our money. He ate over $90,000. All right. So the money the guy ate, the $30,000 that should have been used for the Singon project, the $90,000 we approved, which he only built one in Jade Town and one in Pyne Town. Well, Green is not doing us a favor. He ate our money. And so, assuming that he builds a project in the Singon region, well, that's our money. He's not doing us any favor here. The same thing when he builds an event center, this guy, look at the guy belly. Why do you think Green is getting obese? He ate enough money. And so anything that they are doing right now, it will be a replenishment of our funds that the guy embezzled. He's not doing us any favor. He's not doing any favor. So people should not celebrate him. Those we have transcended building next quarter in the various chapter by section by now. We should be doing something different. But because he had digressed after 7 years conflict, he brought another conflict again. And so we have conflict does not carry people forward. It takes people backwards. And so Green is not doing us any favor. The money he ate, like Milton Tiaje, now what the guys are saying? We give Milton Tiaje over $6 million to build schools, hospitals, and other things when you're superintendent. He ate the money, and now he's saying he gave for the 2 student scholarship. Well, that our money is the same thing Green about to do, assuming that he would do that. So the money that they're raising right now is the money that they ate that they're replacing. They're not doing you any favor. You gotta replace what you stole. And so people are celebrating. Make peace with brothers and sisters on the other side. Okay? That one I'm more talk. Green would not reach out to anybody. The man stood in front of over the ballet of a vice president. The let God set it up and he said, this is not time for peace. So that thing that Green talking, the man stood over the ballet of the man that sat with him. And he said, this is not time for peace. So Green will bring peace to the community. He will not reach out to anybody. You shouldn't listen to that thing he's saying. He says, soon I will be departing the stage. Okay, Green will be departing pretty soon. We can't wait for the man to leave. But again, the man will be Ayatollah. He said, now will be. The man is the Ayatollah. He controls all the people. They are puppets. They are marionettes. So the man controls them. He said, I'm not going away. I'm putting my vice president there. It's a new despot. I'm not going anywhere, he said. I will speak to you all the time. That's what he said. So the vice president, the man who will become the president, will not speak. Green said, all the time. All. Not sometimes, not occasionally, all the time he will be speaking to the people. Now, I extracted some comments from the fictitious board chair for Green, Madam Kamala Ross. I still have respect for the woman, even though she radically reduced the respect I have for her. When she came to Pennsylvania, initiated a peace process. We need to go beyond us and start taking money. And yeah, we're making people will use the money. That was he telling, oh, I sent $28,000 to Liberia, even though you say you are making peace. No. So when they say these things, I don't take them seriously. If you don't respect peace, she was talking about it, that didn't want to broke the community, but she sounded like, I mean, I don't trust the people when they say something anyway. We should pray for peace to come. No, you have to take practical action. Prayer does not bring peace. You stop the confusion in the community. You start supporting the bad deeds of Green Coat deal, and things will get better. But you can't say be praying. Prayer does not bring anything here. Our people are struggling when she said that, but they continue with the confusion in the community. Our people are suffering. But they are going to Liberia and establishing another branch of SADAA. They're dividing the community. But yeah, our people are struggling. The money they pay for the people to dance, we can put that in a scholarship program. But yeah, our people are struggling. I'm gonna come let Ross in the comments. There's something I took from her. Now let transition to something else that I want to talk about. So now, the guys, they made a financial report, right? And people are celebrating. They said it raised about $52,000. I'm happy about that. You know what I'm happy? Green said he will build event center and he will build a structure in the single land. So that's a good thing for SINOE. That's a good thing for Liberia. But you see, it is one thing to make a declaration. It's another thing to actually do what you say you're going to do. Green have made several declarations, and we are yet to see something happen on his watch. As a matter of fact, the man will not get anything done before he leaves the office of SADAA. Nothing whatsoever. He got accomplishment on USA when he was the president, but on the SADAA, maybe that dancing, that is credit you would take. Now, I said money, no money raising problem, but money eating problem. The people, look, on the United Sarpo Association, you see the ladies, the people are schooled when it comes to generating funds. Like, you see, the United Sarpo Association has a special department where we teach people how to raise money. And so those people, they were under the watch of the United Sarpo Association. They went to our fundraising classes. They learned those things. So I am happy. At least our students, they took something from us. Some of the ideas, the fundraising ideas that we share with them, they utilize those ideas. Now, United Sarpo Association, or should I say, Sarpo people don't have problems when it comes to raising money. We don't have fundraising problem. That is no doubt about it. Because we train Joyce and those people, then we train them very well how to raise money. We'll give them the ideas. All right. The problem we have is money eating problem. That's the problem we have. Green Jordan can eat the people money when the people work hard to generate the funds. That's what we are saying here. It's not about jubilating about $52,000. The question is, what would Green do with the money? That's the question. Green is now talking about going to Liberia with another 50 delegation. Where is he going to take the money from? The first 25 delegation he carried, or delegates he carried to Liberia, what did they do for our people? Nothing. The man went there when he came for that, he was telling the people who are sleeping 5-star hotel. The owner of Golden Key and myself will strike a deal. I'm not going to tell you the details of the deal. You know, it's about eating money. So we don't have money raising problem. We have corruption problem. We have mismanagement problem. That's what we have. And so the women effort will go in vain. We are happy that our students, the ideas that President Miles, the chair lady, Marjorie Smith, the ladies in the USA, they have those either poor those people. They host seminars, educating our women, the men, how to raise funds. And that those ideas, they were implemented during their convention. And we are proud. You know, when you teach somebody, when you're a good teacher, when you're a good leader, you empower your students. And so when the student is doing good, then you take credit for it. We don't have problem for the people to raise what they raised. That's credit to us. We are happy that they implemented the ideas we taught them. But the problem we have is these guys can eat the people money. And that's the problem we have. And that has to be curtailed, if not eliminated. It has to be eliminated, not curtailed. Yes. They got to stop eating people money. That's the problem. We can raise $100,000. How Green Art divided us. We raised, the United Sarpo Association raised $62,000 or $3,000, and they raised 52. So we are bearing about $100,000. But because of the division that Green brought, so the money going different, the $52,000, they were eating. Now, let me go a little bit into that. The $52,000 that they said they raised. You see, when Agnes Blah, our treasurer, and the financial secretary, Ernest Farley, when they made the financial report, they actually went line by line. They went into how much we spend for DJ, how much we pay for the hall, how much we pay for food. They did all the tabulation, right? And whatever amount we spend for the convention, right? The amount we generate, they did a deduction. These people made a report and they don't tell us how much they spend to pay for the hall, the DJ, and everything else. They just report, oh, they made $52,000. Is that true? How much you spend for the lappers? How much? How much did you give Joyce for the lapper? What's the profit? Marjorie Smith man was giving little or nothing. And she brought $10,000 worth of profit. I'm not saying after taking all the expenses from there, we got $10,000 from that woman effort. Profit. All right? That's what you do. But the people went over there, they reported, and people are yelling. Ask the question, how much we pay for the park? How much we pay for the DJ? How much we pay for the basement that we were in, that we had a convention? How much? How much for the food? You have to do all the tabulation and do the subtraction and see whether you gain or you lose. But they didn't say all that. They just went and put a number together. Hey, $52,000. We get cash. Whether that cash or not is irrelevant. You are not transparent. You did not give her all the details, all the breakdown. And they will not do that. They will not do that. And that's what the whole convention, when you go to our section the other time, Agnes Bly and Ernest Farley, line by line, everything they attached the receipt to everything. How we spend the money. The $60,000 that they said they raised during a prior convention, the $30,000 that they got from any other fundraiser they been having on the side, no report whatsoever. Nothing. And people will be gullible and believe them. No, I am the representative of the elders and ancestors. And open our people's eyes. I'm not talking about your physical eyes. I'm talking about your mind's eye. You got 3 eyes. The one on your face and your mind. It has an eye. And that's the real one. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to open. The people in Liberia, the government officials are looting. And you brought the same culture here. And when I went with that, you put it, you got a long way to go. Now let's go to the last thing that I want to talk about, second to the last thing. Now I'll be off for the day. I call the rhetorical hodgepodge of Octavious B. Gilman. Rhetorical hodgepodge. Big words, right? Rhetorical, you know, when you say rhetoric, it's the art of persuasion. It's the art of public speaking. Hodgepodge is a fancy word for mixture. When you mix things, all right, you get tomato, you get pepper, you get yam, you get burger. I mean, you just mix things, all right. That's hodgepodge. Medley. What's the other word for? Yeah, mixture. You know, you just mix things, all right. So I call that rhetorical hodgepodge. The guest speaker for Green Code Geleo. The man talked about himself, his political campaign. He talked about unity. He talked about focus, and so on and so forth. That's what I call rhetorical hodgepodge. A mister, just messing everything up. Now, I will play a little bit of the guest speaker just a day. I took notes already, and I will go through my notes. Just a little bit, right? Just for the evidence. I'm not going to play the whole speech. But this one, we want to go a little deep because the guy did not go there as an ordinary guest speaker. He went there for a reason. By the way, from the outset, I want to thank Mr. Gilman for the $800 donation. We hope that Green Code Geleo will properly use that money. We also want to say thanks to Gilman for volunteering to do the draft and to identify donors. The only thing the problem we have, Mr. Gilman, the guys are not trustworthy. They're a bunch of con men, all right, or women. That's what they are. They are not reliable. They will not give you financial report of what they did. And that's what brought some of the conflicts that we are dealing with now in the union. Because when the guys spend money, when the boy asking questions, he gets angry. And because the guys that were around him, the Darius, the Jabaswan or Teka, the Andrew Sua, you know, those guys, they have asset to the account, right? The financial thing, the treasurer, Darius, and the financial secretary, they are all his buddies. And there are 3 of their names were on the account at the time. And so when the board asked questions, they got angry. The next thing they could do, they just go in the account and took the money from there. That's what they did. That's the record the guys have. And that even Prophet Key got to embarrass our community because of what Green was doing. It went to Prophet Key and all of that. That's how much the guy embarrassed us. Yes. That's how much embarrassment Green caused to the community. Too much damage. And so, Gilman, whatever we gave, we appreciate you, your comments. You have some nice things to say. I mean, the guy was literally begging Green Code Geleo for peace. That's how far Gilman went. You were begging this guy. But Green on the other side and pressing Samuel Shepard are cussing people. So it was a total radical difference between the guest speaker and the man who is the Ayatollah for the SADAA, Sarpo Dental Association in Americas. Now, let me go to Octavious Gilman's speech, the guest speaker. A little bit though, I finished taking notes, but I just want to give you a little analysis here. Let me get the brother the benefit of the doubt. Oh, I got the right video.
I know we are all happy to bring in our coin, but if we black the cameraman,
The Vice President
will not be able to
struggle
see the video after the convention. Yeah, so allow the cameraman to.
Yeah, I think I got 2 videos playing there. Let me see.
This Minnesota here.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I got another video playing on the back there. So let me take that video down. Yeah. Yeah, it's all right, guys. I have another video playing back there. Let me share that one again.
and somebody who can work alongside with you.
What's the baby?
I want to see Gilman. Maybe I didn't take the video down.
All over the United States.
Yeah, I think I got the video down accidentally, I think. Yeah, but I know what to say, what he said. I took notes already, so I will share that with you. But I wanted to be fair to hear a little bit of what he said himself. But whatever I said, I wrote down is verbatim, word for word, what Mr. Gilman said.
This one, a real one.
Let me see here. I want to bring the brother here so I can talk to him, so we can go through his speech. Okay, that's the guest speaker of Mr. Geleo, Gilman. Gilman is running to be the president of the Constitutes Association in Americas. I think the organization, which is the intense society membership, is I think the second largest, or the largest next to ULA. All right, so Mr. Gilman was the guest speaker, and not in specific order some of his comments that he made here that I took. Now, I think that was the first thing he said about the father of the matter. He said it. He started with some, the first thing the guys went there to run campaign. That's what they want to do. They just used that opportunity to go run campaign. And so he went there with his vice presidential candidate. All right, that's how prepared they were politically. And before I go into his comments, Mr. Gilman also said something that he had conversation with people, and the people discouraged him and not to go to be the spokesperson for the guest speaker on our occasion. You know, Mr. Gilman, when people confide in you on a private conversation, I think it should remain in that area, in the private sector, or in the private sector, instead of carrying it public. But at least for me, I did not have I told him for sure. I did a show before they went for that convention. And I did a talking point. I advised the brother not to go for the convention. You know, I don't hide stuff from anybody. I tell you what I think. Just the same way Gilman, you know, he's a national public man. He speaks to the politician, or he has his own platform, and that's why I think what I'm about to say will not go under his skin. You will not get personal like Green Coach Dio and those people. But I think the young man got a thick skin. He has much. He can go after certain people. Oh, rest assured, we will also not in a vicious way, not in a negative way, but going off of what you said, so that we can give you our perspective of what you said. So, yeah, Gilman should learn to keep certain information private. When people have a private conversation, you don't go there and say, oh, 16% call me and they say I should not come here. Why? I say, Jermaine, especially when you went there and you are preaching unity. And in the same vein, you are saying, oh, 16 people call me. Are you preaching division here? Because when he said that, the reaction in the hall was negative, you know? And so I don't know where you are going with that. It was not germane to what you were supposed to say. If you still, when the people told you not to go and you decided to go there, okay, just stay with that and preach your message and leave this. But when you start reporting the people, oh, 16% call me and they say I should not come, I force it, I'm here. You're making yourself a little weird, brother. But anyway, let's go to the man's comments here. So Mr. Gilman said, I am contesting. That's what he said. I'm contesting to be the next president of Constitutes Association. So the whole speech started with a campaign. Right? It was a campaign message right there. After he told his vice president to introduce him, he carried his vice presidential candidate to introduce him. And he said, I am contesting to be the next president of the Constitutes Association in Americas. You see, my man, you identify venues. When you want to have your political rally, call Green and say, I want to meet with you guys on a political level. But if people call you and you go in there and start preaching politics, my man, then you will meet the political godfather of SINOE County. Yes. And so Mr. Gilman did not listen to the spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors. And so now we're going to make sure that we put the right person there. Because it is clear that Mr. Gilman is not in the interest of our people. When Mr. Gilman can go and give people that took $90,000, $10,000 that was approved, $7,000 that wasn't approved, and no accountability up to now. When Mr. Gilman can go over there and get their money, it is clear that Mr. Gilman is pro-corruption. Have Mr. Gilman giving the $800 to the United Sarpo Association, then he's spending your money wisely. I would say that they say they have this social terrorist organization, and then you are giving them money. All right? You're giving them money. But again, I'm skeptical. It's a good thing, but the people you give the money, they say they will build event center, they will build what kind of building in single. When that happens, there will be, majorly excited. But as of now, I'm cautiously optimistic. As a matter of fact, I'm incredulous because the history of those guys that you give money. These guys are social terrorists. They hijack our organization. Let me see the chair lady calling here. Let me see what she had to say.
Yes?
Hey, man, chair lady, welcome to Voice of SINOE.
How are you? I'm trying to get on the show. You still talking about Octavious Gilman?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about right now. Go ahead before I go into detail.
Yeah, I wanted to say something about it. You want to analyze his speech first before I talk? I can just talk and then you...
If you want to get your opinion, that's fine.
Okay, let me get my little bit of opinion. What I wanted to say is so funny. Octavius said what he said at the convention that he was invited to. Okay, you said you preaching unity. Call your brothers to be friends, to jump together for you guys to be united.
Right.
At the same time, you saying the people on the other side call me 16 times not to be here.
Right.
How is that preaching unity?
Yep.
It's like, okay, you preaching unity, but then you creating confusion.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. The people on the other side, you referring to their brothers and sisters, are the people on the other side call me 16 times not to be here.
Right.
But then you should be freeing it. You preaching unity. Is that how to preach unity? So I don't think it's okay that he said that, and I'm sure 16 person did not call him, because in the morning days that we in, if you have 16 calls, there's a caller ID that will show incoming calls.
Right.
For me, I spoke with him, but I did not call him. He called me, and I got proof to show.
Okay.
Gilman is the one that called me to talk to me. So he can't go and emphasize that he had 16 calls. That is not true, Gilman. You want to be leader in the community, you can't do that. Don't say you preaching unity, but then you go create confusion and that the people on the other side call you 16 times. I think he was exaggerating.
Yeah, he was.
It's not true. 16 person did not call him. You don't preach unity like that and create confusion at the same time. So that was my So if Gilman can prove that 16 person called him, then he come out with the incoming calls. I did spoke with him, but he called me. Nobody called. I wasn't even thinking about me. I got it. my caller ID can prove that he called me to ask me to talk to my women, to not to take him going to the convention against him, because he heard I'm the cheerleader on this side. That's my reason of calling Mr. Gilman. That's not how you preach unity. You don't preach unity and create confusion at the same time. So that's my input. He was wrong for doing that.
Thank you, cheerleader. Thank you so much. That's right. That's right. I thought I was the only person that saw that. All right, thank you.
Yeah. All right.
All right. All right, guys. That's it. The guest speaker went there. He wants unity, but at the same time, he preaching polarization. All right. So Mr. Gilman said he wants to be the president. He went and started a campaign message. Basically, it's a hodgepodge again. So it's a Mr. thing that you were talking about. He said, with your support. All right. This is the man that wanted to speak to the people. He said, with your support, we will win next year. Okay. Is that a campaign trail, the brother he went over there? Yes, it's a campaign trail. But he used the invitation from Green Coach Constitutes Usaa to go preach politics. So the man went there, he said, with your support. So obviously the man is seeking the people's support. And I had a conversation with a brother when I did this show. We had a conversation, I called him. I said, brother, you are not conversant. You are not occurrent with the politics of the Sarpo community. And so I will impress upon you to decline the invitation from the defectors. But the brother did not listen to me. And so now I am going to marshal all the resources, both Himo and non-Himo, to make sure that the campaign of Octavious Gilman is suffocated. We will do that. We will mobilize our people from Gila Mountain to SINOE County. We will make sure that Gilman is not the right person for us. And we will give them plethora, multiplicity of reasons why he is not the right person for the people of Grand Gila County. Because the Grand Gila County Association is also divided. And right now, Gilman went to the SADAA, the people that divided the community, and he is also reporting people. Oh, 16 of the people they call me. That's chechepolism. Chechepolism. The man is coming to be your chechepole. We don't want chechepole. What is for the public, because when you are a leader, you will have confidential information. The people will confide in you. Does that mean you should bring it to the public? Every president, like George Biden right now, he has daily briefings. There are certain things he does not bring to the public because they are confidential information. But Mr. Gilman, people call him privately, even though he did not call their names, but that line was not germane to the discussion. All right? So Gilman sent a wrong signal to us. When he becomes the president of the Grand Gila Association, he will carry the people private information and discuss it in public. He said, I will help to fund donors, which I think is a good thing. But the people you are funding the donors for, that's my problem. They are not credible people. They are not reliable. It's all about dancing and eating money and causing confusion, getting on Facebook and cuss people out. Given this is why you don't know, I must tell you this. One of our brothers, James Yonte, allegedly murdered his wife. And the community, the United Sarpo Association, will put out a statement condemning the action. He's a member of our organization. And the president will put out a statement condemning James Yonte's action. The guys whose convention you went to, the guy on Facebook, they were dancing about it. We are happy that James Yonte went to jail. We are happy that the people are grieving. The people were celebrating when a family, they are crying, they are grieving for their daughter. Pishu, may her soul rest in peace. And these people were on Facebook and jubilating, they're happy about James Yonte doing that, committing that crime. Allegedly. He has not yet been declared guilty, and so I'm going off of that language. All right? I'm not defending him. And I will not defend anything of that magnitude. But these people were on Facebook and celebrating. What family? were grieving. They did not even go there to sympathize with the family. We have to go there to sympathize with the people. That's how bad these people are. They don't have good mind. They will celebrate anything. Anything. Whether murder or not, they will celebrate it. They were on Facebook and celebrating, literally. And guess what they said? I'm next. I'm the next person they are targeting right now. That's how bad these people are. Gilman, you don't know the people you went to. And I'm here to tell you, I call you personally, as somebody who speaks to the representative or the elders and the ancestors. I talk to these people, they give me the wisdom. I don't say knowledge, I say wisdom. And so I love you. I say, man, you're a young man coming up. Don't destroy yourself. And you did not listen. You have destroyed yourself. You are partnering yourself with people that are celebrating murder. Are the people you partner yourself with right now. Because you are desperate to be president of the Constitutes Association in Americas. So you will do anything. I told you, Gilman, these guys, numerically, they are in a minority. If you want numbers, come to my side. And we'll mobilize the people. The man did not listen to me. He wants people that are celebrating the grief of people. You know, the people got a big word for that, right? Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude is joy in other people's suffering, in other people's pain, in other people's misery. That's what the guys were doing. They were celebrating on Facebook. People are crying. The children, the woman left her children. And these people, they say they are mothers, they are fathers. They are celebrating on Facebook. And you go to that convention and you go pay them. Basically, that way you are celebrating what they did. Stealing money. But you are on Facebook and talking about the government officials in Liberia. But you are giving this guy money. And then you're giving the correct government officials in Liberia money. And that's what you are doing, Gilman. And that's why I call you, brother, to refrain from going to that convention. But you did not listen. And so now you are in the political firepower of Dark Side Opponent. We want to make sure from now to election day next year, you will be sufficiently demolished, not diabolically, but with the evidence. We are going to dig and bring everything out on Gilman. We are in the politics now. The people, they tell me, oh, when you listen to the chair lady, or the people you want to, right? She on Facebook, man, I see Fremont that crowd, man. Oh, you come for the crowd, man. You're taking, the man telling me the truth too much. I can't stand the man truth. She yelling. You come, crowd people, you come for your son. That's what you are saying. Again, man, guess what? Yes, I'm a son of Georgia County. I'll be happy to accept that. But guess what? I'm like Obama, right? Obama is from Kenya, from Africa and the United States. He was raised by his mother. And so, the education he got from his mother, he applied himself until he became the president of the United States. So, in other words, he helped his mother people first. So, what I'm going to do is, and that's what I'm been doing. They've been sending me to Grand Judah. They say, oh, go to Grand Judah, leave SINOE County. I say, okay. When you look at the conventional protocol, they say ladies before gentlemen. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to free my motherland first before I go to my fatherland. And so that's why I'm fighting the corruption within the United Sarpo Association. And that's why I'm fighting the corruption in SINOE County, headed by Milton Teje. That's why I'm here. Once SINOE County is free, once the United Sarpo Association is free, I'll be following Grand Judah County to go after those people that are suppressing our people economically and otherwise. All right, so now this is what Mr. Gilman said. My car was repossessed. My car was repossessed. Imagine. The man who wants to be the president of the Constitutes Association cannot maintain a vehicle. And the people repossess the car. How responsible is the guy? No, you see, when things are tough, your ability to stay on makes you a strong person. Gilman, apparently the thing was tough for the guy. And he could not maintain the vehicle and the people repossess the car. The man who can manage a car, that he will manage an organization with over 22 chapters. Come on, people of Grand Judah County. The man himself reported this. My car was repossessed. That shows irresponsibility. That means somebody gave you something and you cannot pay for it. That's what it means. And so the person took it from you. So Mr. Gilman told us that. He also said, I can stutter. So in other words, Moses. So we need Joshua to come interpret. Do we need interpreter for our leader? The man said those things. So that biblical people there, they had to, God said, Moses said, oh, you know, I get talk. And God said, I will get somebody to talk for you. So Mr. Gilman wants to come so that somebody will be talking for him. That's why he wants to be the president. I'm just going off of what the brother told us during his speech. Now, after saying those things, then he outlined the topics that he wanted to talk about. He talked about unity, hatred, and purpose. Let me see. There's a call coming in here. Let me see.
Hello.
Let me talk to welcome to the Voice of SINOE. What's your take?
Oh, okay. Thank for the presentations. I listened to you and was sitting here regarding our brothers from the other side of the Sarpo Association. That what I can say to you today is for you guys, they are failures and they are people who dare to create division in our union. For example, the Liberian Association in America chair lady, Philomena Gileo, that lady went to the conventions and paid $200 at the entrance, and Sister Carlos Shebe told the people to get the lady out.
Wow.
Not because she attended Francis Clamayo and United Sarpo Association in America conventions.
Wow. How bitter the people are?
You see how wicked the people are? All because the woman attended the convention and they allow her to pay $200, but they refuse to give her $200 to her. Later, they begging her to attend the court out.
Oh, wow. Wow.
She would tell the people and to ask the lady to leave the house.
Wow. Wow. I didn't see that part.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened. You have to make I saw call and she would tell you.
I'll bring her on the show. I will invite her to tell us her experience. And Carlos Sheba, the woman, I'm not cutting on the woman who wants to be representative for district number 3. That she did that.
Yeah, she tell the people to ask the woman to leave.
Wow.
All because the woman attended the United Sarpo Association in America. Why would you do that? Some are for me, for me personally, whatever they do, I don't have problem with it because they are helping other people by whom. But we are not enemy. Not somebody will attend a convention. Like for example, our chairleader for North Dakota chapter. But yeah, attended the convention and she was our convention. Should we go against her because she went to the convention? No. She want to go there because they are our own brother too.
Right.
You can't do that. You can't do that. And for Green Coach Geleo,
I'm not cutting you the other day. I'm not cutting the other day when we're on LPR. They asked the president, "Oh, how do you? I mean, you still open to?" The woman say, "Our door is forever open. You know, anybody we are still reaching out, or anybody who wants to come, you are open. The organization is for you. You know."
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What's about a few they went to our convention, they went to our cow.
Right.
Should we get there because we see them on the other side?
No. Maki was there too, right? Maki, the vice president for North Dakota. Yeah,
Maki was there. Maki is a brother to all.
Yeah,
so
cool
because
guy.
Maki is a vice president for there, and when you come to our convention, we say, oh, because you vice president for Green Coach Geleo, Sarpo Association, you shouldn't come here. No. Maki all have fun.
Right.
Only 2 nights the men were there with all.
Good guy. I mean, I respect the brother.
Yeah, sometimes
for me, I told you sometimes I want to go there and stop, but the way the people are taking this thing personal, the time I started getting a little paranoid about them when we went to Mr. Kula's wedding, right, in Minnesota. Yeah. And then we went.
They told me.
Yeah, we went to that program. The late Tico, they had a funeral stuff for him. Went there, and the people they started a fight. You know.
Yeah, that's what they told me.
Right.
That's what they told me. That's how they told me. I felt so bad. Because of that, other people will not go around you. Like here in Minnesota, we have a very large sample, people want to come on board right now. But because of that, the people are afraid.
Afraid, yeah. So they can't attack them.
Community that we are living in, it's not supposed to be like that.
Right.
As for Green Coach Geleo, the brother already know and see his own vision that he cannot leave. During the General Assembly, the association, the man told the people that he's not running next year, he will be my next president.
Man, yeah, the man won't get from the heat.
Yeah, after creating a lot of confusion, bad feeling within our union, that now you want to step aside, put them equally there.
Yeah,
so
and the thing is, I mean, I don't know what are the guys respect integrity. Okay, how can you pull Dekuli in charge of an organization when Dekuli took 45,900 of the people loan and the members in Iowa they took it from, and he put in that man. I don't understand the people.
No, but listen at that.
Yeah.
Where do you expect from Green Coach Geleo? Is it bread with the same feather fly together?
Absolutely.
Oh yes, the brother is for criminal money. So a vice president too is also a criminal money. So importing the man in from. So what you expect from Green Coach Geleo? So there's nothing that you expect from the man. And for our brother, Octavious B, I felt very bad for him. He has showed himself in your life. We're not sugarcoating. We grade him the best. We can. Myself, I'm going for the Grand Jury Association conventions. The brother showed himself in your life. The father and your tenor conventions that people who devalue our organization and you want to lead Grand Jury Association, we meet at the convention. Thank God that you told the gathering is not or college graduate. You've been in America for almost 20 years and tell the people that you are a college graduate and you want to lead Grand Jury Association. Mana Poor will give our support to Mana Poor and we make sure that we give us at the convention. We're not going to sugarcoating. The men not go there and went to the convention to bring United Sarpo Association together. Look at the kind of statement you're making. The people call me, they don't want me to come. How will you go and want to be a peacemaker and you at the same time you want to be a gossiper? It don't work like that. And we're not stupid. In another Sarpo Association, we're not stupid. We listen to him. There are a lot of people probably want to vote for him from our side, but the statement that he made, telling the people that we've been calling in 16 times, stopping him now to go to the people convention. I personally, I have a number. You myself talk, but I don't call him. Even because of the movement I saw his names on the list, I didn't even make attempt to call him. Because I know him very well and good, spreading rumor, making things, exaggerations. So for that reason, I didn't even call him. It was a mistake. Other people from outside had to call him because the man could our exaggeration. And that's why he did at the conventions.
All right, come in. Let me wrap.
And telling people say, "Oh, United Sarpo Association, you come together." But other people are calling me, stopping me not to come. So how do you think the people that you want for all to come together? How do you think they will feel that we stopping the end of the guest speaker not to go to the occasion?
Yeah, total wrap up. I'm winding down here too. Let me get so I can go to the panel.
I want to tell you, thank you, Doug, thank you for your presentations. We are not deterred by whatever's mean or rhetoric they use at the conventions. We stay focused. Like yesterday in Minnesota, we were able to pull our stellar community together that will lead, to our 2023, national conventions. And the days have been set aside. I want to call on our members and friends, well-wishers around the United States, to start buying the ticket. We don't want anybody to be jammed when the time is getting closer. If anybody finding it difficult to buy a ticket or need a ticket, they can get in contact with us. We help them in the process. We are still focused and will continue to focus to be able to help our people buy home. Thank you for having me on.
All right, Bago. Thank you. Well said. All right. All right, guys. So that's the chairman for the National Administration, the Publicity Committee Chairman, J. Arizona Tote, right there, giving his perspective. All right. So I want to wrap up with Gilman here, Octavious Gilman here, his statement. Some of the comments he made over there. So Gilman cannot maintain a vehicle. He took the vehicle and he cannot afford to maintain it, and the people took it from him. But he wants to lead Graduate Association in the Americas. That will give a bad image. He also, again, he talked about unity. Those are the topic: unity, hatred, and purpose. He's seeking unity. Which he made some good comments over there. Jealousy is bad. Hatred is bad. He was saying some stuff in their face, though, Yeah, I saw some of them, they were tied in the face when the guy was saying that. Yeah. Jealousy is bad. Stop being jealous of your brothers and sisters on the other side. Start hating your brothers and sisters on the other side. You know, so that one, you got it, you know, got them. That message was appropriate to the occasion. He said, I don't think, something he said, I think maybe I didn't read it legibly. Are we going to continue to dance? I think something like that. He talked about, I mean, yeah, the people do a lot of dancing. So some of the comments he said they were in place. I mean, the people dance too much, and that's what it's called. But Gilman did not know they use the word. Nobody word is a euphemistic expression for dancing. So it's a Sarpo development. No, but it's Sarpo Dancers Association in Americas. You know, so they love dancing. That whole four days, the people just dancing and dancing. I'm like, wow. Yesterday, I went on one of the girls' posts. Yeah, I said, oh, I'm enjoying you guys dancing. I don't know how to dance. You know, at least I'm learning from you guys. They were cussing me and all of that. They cussed my mom, you know, and they blacked me. Oh, I said, okay. You know, I was just joking with them. I said, oh, I enjoy you guys dancing. The Sarpo Dancers Association in Americas. They got angry. My own sister, Sophia, got angry and started, oh, you sucker. The chair lady. I mean, the people just petty. They just won't fight. Little thing, they just vex. They carry the bitterness. Yes. But guess what? I think a philosopher once said, the person who makes you angry is your slave master. So I don't like to be a slave master, but I like literally control those people. One sentence for me, so all of them can go crazy. Yeah, that's why the woman said, I'm going to go to grant you there. And so I come in now, Gilman, you want to be the leader, but you are proceeding erroneously. And therefore, I must support the right person for the community. He also said, you are talking about the guys are boastful, you know, yeah, you need a leader that is down to earth, and which Green is not. Green is not a homo leader. 16 call, I talk about that thing, 16 people calling 16 times, I don't know. As you turn down their convention, all that thing, their invitation, you hate your brothers and sisters. The men were putting those in their face, in their faces, if you like. You say, don't hate your brothers and sisters. And then he gave an analogy. You know, he called Sheba, the man on Christmas shoe, the man step on Sheba Christmas shoes. He was stepping on it and said, now move. And Sheba started saying, I said, Mama, why? The man stepping in your shoe and he's standing over there for illustration. The man dead, the man shoe and come pour hole in there. Oh. Anyway, so the man did the illustration. He said, you see, this is how hatred looks. I'm stepping on the floor and asking you to move. You see, the two of us, we are not moving, right? And so the guy thought, I mean, even though the analogy, I don't necessarily agree with it, we don't hate the people. They don't want to hate us, and that's why they are not going nowhere. Why we are making progress? Because we are not dwelling on them every night and sleeping and perseverating over there and doing all those things. No, we're not doing that. We are straight focused on the agenda of the organization. When they are last on the side, I'm a talk show host. I will talk the last. When they do something good, I praise them. You know, I say I praise them already. I say, you know what? Even though it's a tentative laudation, when they build the event center and the building in the single lane, they are replenishing our money that they ate. And so I still recognize them. Now, the guy said, please see reason. The guy was a little bit back in there. Please see reason to find a common ground. Gilman was actually backing those people. Please see reason to find a common ground and start devaluing your community. Green coach deal. When the man said, I want Green frown his face, you know, there are certain things when the man he hit or punch line and the guy can get angry, you know. He said, he gave another analysis, drinking this bleach, but I expect you to die. You know, they are drinking this bleach of hatred, but they want that's how you put it to die. That's what they do. They 24/7. They are that's how you put a man. They go to bed, they pray to the God. Oh, that's why I can die. When Jim went to jail, they said that I don't want this, you know, so they can celebrate. The only thing out there wrong is to expose them. That the only thing they don't let me to expose corruption in our community and SINOE County. They want to keep those things on the rock. Oh, and Gosselin did it. Green can do it too. Now, what is it? Those things they want to be saying. Even though Gosselin wasn't declared guilty, they didn't take him to court. let's see here. The man also said the guys should see reason to set up a committee to come to the United Sarpo Association and seek to repent, basically. Yeah, they got to do that. To reach out to your brothers and sisters. I mean, you call them, they're angry. I talked about the $800 cash donation the brother made. We appreciate the brother for that donation, even though like you put your money in the hole, right? I mean, giving it the wrong person. Gilman, yeah, let me see. The man said, I'm not an English-speaking somebody or something like that. I said, who goes to a public place and be saying anything about yourself? I can't speak. So, but you want to be, you see, as a leader, your speech is part of leadership because you have to communicate with the people. You see, so, excuse me, guys. So your speech should be palatable to the people that are listening to you. It can either bring people to you, or it can make people to be to go against you or to be repelled to you, you know. And so, but the guy was talking about, it's a hard thing for me, you know, my first time seeing Camo, when I came to America. I said, but why the guy saying all these things? You know, why is he saying all these things? And what the people say, you know, during the war, some crown people and some of the people, the rebels, they were drinking water from the Camo. I mean, some of the people, they are not seeing this thing before. And the man was saying those things. I mean, like Total Ryder pointed out, the man said he's a college dropout, you know. And this was actually disturbing when he said that. So basically, the man quit. And President Obama said, when you quit, you are not only quitting yourself on yourself, but you are quitting on your people, on your nation, on your county, and your generation. So the man basically quit. He quit on us. The man dropped out. I mean, I'm not saying, look, there are people in history, like Abraham Lincoln and like the Malcolm X. The people they didn't go to college. You know, they did good. But I was still different now in this day and age. You know, because when you are a leader, you are a role model. And so right now, when we make Octavius Gilman the president for the Grand General Association, our children will have no incentive to take education seriously. Because the leader is saying, I dropped out of high school. In other words, it's not important. He said, my brother called me. I called my brother, actually, and I confided in him. My brother said I should remain on. And he said, no, I'm dropping. I want the money. So the man is not a good example to our children. Yes, he will not be a good leader for us. For the fact that he quit on education. And he also cannot maintain a vehicle. All right? The man can't maintain a vehicle. The people repossessed his vehicle. And the classes, he spent all that money to go to college, and he did not finish the work. The school took the money, he did not get a document. I mean, that's a bad example. So why should we put Gilman over here? It's just because he has a business acumen? Okay, fine, that's a good thing to be a businessman. But just remain in your business area. That's fine. Everybody should get a niche. He's not a leader. We need a leader like ESOTERIC. All right? ESOTERIC is a real leader. She can communicate properly. We don't have to have a Joshua or somebody to interpret. Excuse me. When the president speaks, because the president he's taught us. And so, man, ESOTERIC is an excellent communicator. And so we are glad that Mr. Gilman put himself in the perimeter of the minority, because democracy is about the majority. The person who garners more votes is the winner. And I tried my best to be as honest as I can to the brother to make his campaign successful. And the man damaged himself. The man damaged himself. He's said, no, I'm not listening to you. I want to give the money to the corrupt people. I want to go give it to the people that are celebrating when somebody dies. I want to go and give it to them. Those are the people I love. So we are bringing ESOTERIC, who when somebody dies will show remorse, who is empathetic, who will put herself in other people's shoes. That's the woman we're bringing. And that's somebody who is going to people that are celebrating people death. Now somebody, now people that are wishing Dax Ayopo to die or to go to prison, even though you're not doing anything wrong. We need Idepoa who has the record of reconciling our community. When the Sarpo Association was divided for 7 years, it was through the effort of Mana Idepoa that the community came back together. The conflict that Green Court Judeo started again, guess what? The woman set up a group called the Concerned Members of the USA. She also intervened. They tried and tried and tried with men that with money and those people. They tried Jerry Massacre, those guys. The Maya Mont with those great people. They tried, and Green did not listen to them. So Mana Idepoa got the history. Mr. Gilman did not participate in reconciling the community. No. Even though he says he's a stakeholder. He loves unity. But Mana Idepoa has the history. Even the superintendent of Grand Jeddah County intervened, tried to talk to Green. Green said he's not listening. The current president of Grand Jeddah Association, James Upote, intervened. Green said, I'm not listening to you. The elders of the Sarpo community, they try, Green, cost order them out. He said he's not listening. That the man that Gilman put himself me bear with. That's the man. And so we want to tell our people of Grand Jeddah County, we need Idepoa who has the history of reconciling people. And so when she becomes president of the Grand Jeddah Association, she will reach out to GCAA. She is doing right now. She's reaching out to leaders of the community so that we can come together. That's what we need. She has the track record. The woman did not drop off from college. No. The woman went and completed her course, and she is working as a nursing administrator right now. She came from nursing, the nurse, and then the medical administrator. That's the woman you need. The woman has an organization called Bless the Children Foundation. And not only children, but people with different medical conditions or abnormalities, Idepoa is taking care of them. That's what she's doing. While her opponent is giving money to corrupt people. The woman, I will show you some of them when I'm ready to profile properly. The people with tumor, the woman will pay money, they'll find people to remove the tumor. You see that young man right now, he's doing great. The children with different medical conditions, the woman taking care of these people. That's the kind of leader we need. When she went to Grand Jeddah, she carried, the other time when she went there, she carried a whole truck full of supplies, giving it to her. Now wheelbarrow, I didn't say pick-up truck, I didn't say wheelbarrow. I say 18 wheelers. Those big, gigantic trucks. He carried one of them and gave supplies to our people. Now, a government that gave loans to people, you know why when you give somebody loans, what you do? You want profit. Loan is a money that you pay with interest. The man is doing business with poor people. He's not giving them something pro bono. It's about himself. It's about just to improve his account. Why Idepoa is doing so, we'll call altruists. When you are altruistic, you don't want something back. You are just doing it. You are philanthropic, taking people medical condition of people. But the man giving loans. That Trump, you want profit. They said the man get agency will do the research on that. We'll see how much you paying the people. You don't mind the man not paying no people. We want to say all those things. Mr. Gilman is on the radar right now on Voice of Sign. We're gonna make sure that we get the right person for our community, Idepoa. I called the brother, and he was shooting at Idepoa corrupt. But he went to in bed with corrupt people. I said, my man, Idepoa, you don't take nobody took Idepoa to court. No court got document on her that she was declared guilty for anything. No, she did not touch any money. A vice president of an organization does not hold money. The vice president name not on the account, but they say Idepoa money. How is that possible? Let me see another call coming in here. Chair lady.
I forgot something concerning Gilman.
Go ahead.
Another thing is so interesting. And now I saw something. Another thing that he said is that he's natural worthy.
No.
That's another thing I noticed of him. So when he and I spoke, he told me that he after they invited him as guest speaker, you're having forfeit. But then because you know the other, I don't want to call names.
No, don't call names. You just speak. Yeah.
Yeah. So but then after they saw his picture on the flyer, and he got called, he talked to he referenced you when he was talking to me that he spoke with you, your secretary, so I know it was you.
Okay.
But after you guys have spoken, so he got a whole duty of that, so he changed his speech.
Right.
So what he wrote initially to speak.
Right.
But then after he spoke with you, he changed his speech. You'll be speaking on unity. But then at that convention, he said he started answering one woman that night, and that woman made him to change his speech. He went to the hotel and changed his speech. So I said, okay, how many speeches they got not changed? You know, maybe another speech again.
Right.
So you're very natural. What if, man? I'm surprised.
The brother is questionable.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Maybe he changed his speech twice.
No, right? All right, so that child lady that she can hold back, she gotta say the truth, it's necessary that we say the truth to the people. So Mr. Gilman, we want eat a poor because the woman is not a chichepole. She doesn't go around and say all the different things, confidential information and bring it in public, and gossip about other people. No. The woman is strictly professional, and that's what professionalism requires. There are certain things you have to keep to yourself, But Ida Poa, she has the record, the USAA right now is doing great because she coordinating with people, even people that I want, like the Green Code GDO you're talking about, that whole group, she has called all of them, reaching out to them to make sure that they can't, even though they didn't listen to her when she set up the committee, but the woman is still calling. She's still calling for the brothers and sisters to see reason. Sometimes when they call, some people will handcuff on your ear and those things. So we the Grandidians, we want to make sure that Mr. Gilman, Octavious Gilman, will not be the president of the Grandidians Association because he's not demonstrating that he's a leader. He's a chichepole man and gossip man, carry things around here and there. Yes, you don't do that. You don't do that. We mean serious business. When Idepoa went to graduate, you saw what happened? It's like the woman running for president or senator for the county. That whole place was galvanized. The people came from everywhere to come see the great woman. And that's what we need. The woman can face in any leader, I should say, sorry. She can face in any leader. She met with President Allen Johnson Sirleaf, and she made the people for the case for the Grandidians that were wrongly incarcerated. She got the record. And then some people, when they see the leader, they're scared. They don't know what to say. We need Idepoa because the woman is working at the corporate level. She knows how to run organization, not-for-profit. She got her own thing, and the organization is running effectively. You got wonderful people that are working with her. So, ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to mix politics with our community stuff. Octavio Gilman is a politician on Facebook, and imagine your organization president on Facebook who they are attacking people. We need a lady that when she speaks, people will listen. And I don't know that ANC man, I won't listen to that comments man. No. That's how. So the woman is all about the community. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I got to talk to the kids. I will soon be out of here in a second, but that's a little bit of Michael. What I said, Michael Gilman. Sorry, man. That's Octavious Gilman. Okay, and the people, we urge you to make sure and vote wisely. If you vote the young man, he said. I had a conversation with him. On an Idepoa and watch, they raised over 500,000 or something like that. He was saying those numbers. So I said, but brother, you are campaigning for the lady. When on her wives they raised that much money, why not put a woman there again when she was vice president? He said he was a secretary. Mr. Menye. press secretary or something to that effect. He didn't tell me how many raised, how many left in the account. But he said, oh no, either poor the administration, a lot of money was raised. And you were trying to point finger, oh, either poor, Shikora, and that. I said, but where is the evidence, brother? Is she part of the account or name on the account? Is she the treasurer? Is she the financial secretary? What vice president got to do with the organization money? So why you run? Did he take her to court? Was she declared guilty for something? No. And so the man just trying to, I just called the brother and he started shooting straight at politics. I said, my man, you are not even talked to me before. And you are assaulting either poor as though I even declared my membership already. I'm not, but I am anyway declared now that I am a staunch political force of Mana Ide Poor. We're going to make sure that she becomes the president because her record is impeccably, it's clear. Let me put it this way. Her record is flawless. It is immaculate. It is pure. It is pristine. She has no negative record when it comes to money or other things. All she does, she seeks accountability. And that's what people don't like. When Mana Poor asks the critical question, the people get vexed. Yes. They got angry. They almost say, okay, yes, we need right now, the people in Minnesota, they are setting up, they are getting ready for the convention. So does that mean that you set up a different account? They almost say, okay, you set up a different account. Was it approved by the board of directors? The organization does not have bank account. Well, if you're setting up a different account, it must be approved by the board. It must be sanctioned by the board. Then it's okay, but you can't do something on the side when a woman asking questions and you're blowing it out of proportion. Oh, either poor divide people. No, she's just asking questions. And people don't like people that ask questions. That's why they don't like that's how you put it. Because I will ask the question, I will not just swallow it. So Ide Poor is the best person for our community. And Mr. Gilman, the man can remain with his loan organization and keep giving people loan. We are not against that. If people want loan mortgage, we will come to him so he can get exorbitant profit over it. We want a brother to get rich, but he's not the right person for the community. He's not. Now, finally, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let you go. The last one I'm gonna talk about here, because we have a whole week, like Monday, before we come back here, and that's why sometimes will take a little bit longer time. But I want to wrap up quick the case. I got to do one or two with them. But we want to urge the people of SINOE County. Again, our campaign is to make sure we get the right leaders. Because if you don't, leadership, leadership is everything. Anywhere you go in the community, in the organization, in the country, is leadership. These countries that are doing well is about leadership, people that are in power. When you have the people in power with the right mind, with the right background, with the right knowledge, the people's lives will change in no time. What are we talking about? Paul Kagame of Rwanda. He has the right mind. All right. The countries that are doing good around the world, the best leaders. They got good leaders, and that's why the people's lives are improving. SINOE County, 2023, that Milton Teje man got to be ejected from the Senate. You saw the other embarrassment he caused out today. He was supporting that young man. And you're making, and he thought people are not smart. He's just making bogus argument. Oh, the man get 190 credits, and therefore he got degree, he got PhD, and the man just, one of his colleagues was saying, I think it was Senator Edwin Snow said, my man, they are, campaign team, your re-election team, you on here, the man just putting you on blast. The man is a total embarrassment to SINOE County. It's about electing him so he can go and make deals with people. And that's what, I saw the article that Mountain College Road and said the man took bribe already. And that's why he defending this guy. And he allowed the man to defend himself. He declaring a vote to the man. You know what it means to get somebody at the port of entry of your country? The Roberts International Airport, you need somebody with the records and knowledge. And then somebody with just certificate, engineering certificate. And Milton Teje, because Milton Teje wants to reduce the country to mediocrity. So you bring these people that are not up to standard, and so that they can strike deals and just make the country poorer and poorer. And that's what the guy Milton Tejas for all for. He brings nothing to the table. And so the people of San County, the man is not for you. Vote for people that are right. He preaches tribalism 24/7. Let's listen to a little bit of him.
Don't forget, I have always admitted that I made a mistake, but I'm not Jesus Christ.
I say, he making all the different mistakes every day. Milton Tejas making a mistake because he's not Jesus. Even though Jesus made a lot of mistakes, Jesus he blundered so many times. You want to tell me one of the mistakes that Jesus made? The people said they created something they call the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. They say they can't be separated; they are one. So Jesus was in the beginning with the Father and the Holy Spirit, the three of them. And God drowned the whole world. So that means Jesus also approved killing innocent people. So Jesus did not even make a mistake, he blundered. They drowned people, pregnant women, animals that did nothing. I'm talking about the Noah flood. All the atrocities that were committed in the Bible, Jesus was part of it. Because he was in the beginning with the Father, they had to brainstorm his Holy Spirit, and the Father and the Son, they had to brainstorm. Even though they are into one, they had to make and say, okay, what should we do? Y'all go, y'all go destroy Sodom and Gomorrah for few people's sins. Y'all kill everybody in the town. Okay? Those are things that Jesus is not a good man for somebody to cite.
Politicians can make mistakes. I remember in 2017, I had the hands of two gentlemen.
The man made a mistake also. He will be making mistake over and over. If you pull that man back there, okay, get ready for blunders. He stole, the county development fund, all those things. Okay? All right, guys, so just a little bit. I just want to tell you, Milton Tejas is not your choice. 2023, we'll do another show to give you proper education of this man. We will continue to educate the people. The right man for SINOE County that you need is Honorable Zaza, the man who can give scholarship to students. You can see the evidence. The man who builds schools. You can see inspecting one of the schools he built in SINOE County. Yes, one of the schools he built. One of the schools. Yes, one of the projects. The people of Pyne Town, they said they wanted somewhere to have the meeting. He built that. The man that they can call when they're talking about transparency, fiscal transparency, and those things. That the man they can call Milton Tejas. They can put you on the committee with the young brains, the young minds of the country to discuss the future of the country. We don't need a man who wants to be a tyrant where people will hold lapper over his head, want son to test him. No, it's not the right person for you. The man, him and Child Children destroy the country. He's not making effort to improve the condition of the people. He wants people to hold lapper. There's another American Liberian here. He wants to resuscitate the oppression of the American Liberian. That's why he's doing so people will hold lapper over his head so someone can't test him. That Milton Tejas there. The man that will be stealing people's cars. And you will tell the people, say, I'm not getting anybody's car back to them. I'm not going to do it. Well, that's not what you want. You don't want somebody who will be praying to rings. You need somebody who will give you ideas, who will find a way to improve the condition of the people. It's not about voodooism. No, it's not about wizardism. No, that we need people with good ideas. America is not chanting to rings and to improve the condition of the people. We need somebody that will improve the condition like Zaza, right? He wrote the letter when Tejas was in the county. No reason to negotiate for the people to get access to telecommunication. And you wrote the letter, and that gives birth to these towers in SINOE right now. And our people, they get access to communication service in SINOE County. And that's the man we need. All right? We don't need Creighton Duncan either. The man who can pack our children on a bus like sardines. Even the sardines, they don't pack them like that. They only pack it in a sardine cup, right? In the can. They don't put the sardine all over the can. The Creighton Duncan will pack our children on the bus. He does not care. The safety of the children does not matter to him. All right? So we don't need Milton Tejas who are declared guilty for corruption. All right? And still in parliament and supporting people that are not up to task. The man who will run campaign for people not to get jobs and say Boca District resurfaces in SINOE so people cannot get jobs, the people that voted for him. He's a wrong man. The man who his own supporters that say these things. Milton Teje is up. The only thing he can do, he has the ability to cause chaos, sectionalism, tribalism, gangsterism, authoritarianism, and those things that what he knows. Okay, they lie to our people 24/7. He own supporters. They're writing these things. All right, the man who say, "Oh, Boca District," I just show you the right Boca District, and then he turn around and say, "I'm writing a draft bill seeking to amend the act creating the single statutory district," even though he say the district is Bocas. You know, the man that's the court verdict, they put all the crimes on him: economic sabotage, criminal conspiracy, criminal facilitation, misapplication of entrusted property, and violation of PPCC procedures and processes. These are all the crimes they put on Milton Teje. All right, that the court verdict here, Milton Teje hereby declared guilty for stealing the people of Sano County money. Boom, they put a gobble down. All right, the man refused to sign for the people of Sano County to get jobs. He was the co-chairman on the committee that's supposed to confirm the people of Sano County to get employment. J. Milton Teje, co-chairman, he refused to sign. So he doesn't want to give people jobs. The man who wrote letter for 46 citizens of Sano County to be removed from payroll. You see the communication. We extend our compliment and wish to forward for your kind consideration the attached list of 46 civil servants from the district that are needed to be replaced. Okay, the Milton Teje jobs you see over there. The man that left 74 projects abandoned, and they gave him $2,646,870 to undertake 74 projects in Sano County, and he ate the money. Okay, the man that left our county balance negative 27,000. Sorry, guys. Negative. The Sano County, when Milton Teje left as superintendent, he left the county balance negative $27,178.27. All right, that's how much he left in our account. This man is a boxer. Concern, you see, that's when Taylor chasing you out of the country. All right, when Taylor chasing for the corruption and things they did in the country, you were fighting his bossman, Joe Moba. All right, and Taylor suspended him. He got all these things against him. He allowed that he building Bakuba and Milton Teje Highway in Sano County 2-3 years ago. We can't see the highway. He keeps lying to our people. All right, and so 2023, the young people, your future is at stake. If you put this man there, well, it's up to you. Then you get your life back, your future back for another 9 years. After 9 years, after 6 years serving as superintendent, and after 9 years as serving as senator, the only thing you can show is say, "Oh, I got 142 students." No bill sponsor whatsoever to improve the condition of the people. The only bill he sponsored is the bill right here. The bill to make rape the law of the land. That's the bill that Milton Teje sponsored in Sano County, okay, or in the Republic of Liberia that he wants. But it was through Mr. Zaza, this man right here, that the bill was killed. Those are the guys that killed the bill. Mr. Zaza is one of the guys, all right, because they said the bill is harmful to the country. All right, Milton Teje himself gave credit to Mr. Zaza what Mr. Zaza doing in the country. Let's listen to Milton Teje a little bit.
Representative from constituency number 3 in Sino, Honorable Zaza. Before Zaza became a representative, there was no high school outside of Greenville. And through his work, we have a high school in Juaza. Am I hearing those? And I want to thank him for such a brilliant piece of work in our county.
That's a man impressing Mr. Zaza, so he doesn't say anything negative about him.
You need to do, or what has he done that you need to add upon?
Like I said, where he stopped to pick up from there.
Yeah, what are some of the things he feels that you could add upon?
There are a lot of things that he did.
You care to name some?
Well, first of all, it was Honorable Zaza that elevated the school after my school, because my school is the first high school ever. Then he came here, he elevated the Johnson Central High to a senior high, and he also have a school built in Dubadi, and some other things that he did in some.
Okay, so you can hear all these things. These are people that don't like to see the ground that Mr. Zaza works on, but he's doing a lot, so the people cannot deny it. I mean, the guy who was a chief of office staff for Mr. Zaza, later he went to John Teje. Let's listen to you a little bit here. Otelo Kojo, the Ghana man.
14, 12, 13, 14. I was the chief of
office staff in the office of Honorable Representative Matthew G. Zaza. And my function was to serve as a personal liaison to the Honorable Representative's office. But the opportunity I had while I was in the office of Honorable Matthew Zaza was to be contacted, to be contracted, to be asked by the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Speaker Geleo to participate in the drafting of the budget of the lower house. And I participated. Reverend Simon, who was the chief clerk, and the test of that, I participated.
All right, so that Othello, he was a chief of staff. Why? Basically, in telling you, Mr. Zaza empowered him. All right, that's why he's telling you. That's what they call empowerment. That's what they call mentoring. So if you mentor somebody, when you think the person is up to the task, you let the person to go to work. So you're working for Mr. Zaza, and Mr. Zaza training and say, okay, I want you to have a first-hand experience of how we prepare the budget. Go and participate in sending men. So that's what we want. We need a leader that will empower the children of our country, the next leaders. That's what Mr. Zaza doing. What is TJ saying about Patricia Flomo car?
Enough. Now let me repeat. I will not give Patricia Flomo any car.
All right? Milton TJ, one more time.
Enough. Now let me repeat. I will not give Patricia Flomo any car.
All right? That's the man. He took the young lady's car and said he's not giving the young lady's car. This vehicle right here. I think you have seen the vehicle before. Yeah. He took the young lady car and said he's not giving it back to her. Milton TJ is a mess. Yeah, that's a young lady car here he took. And he said that's the car you're talking about. He's not going to give it to her. All right. Yes. Yeah, he got a lot of things I can show you all day. Look, yeah, this one. What he's saying about himself.
You send to the Senate. You send a giant. You send a leopard. You send an elephant.
All right. The man you send to the Senate, you send a giant. You send a lion. You send an elephant. Is that what you need in the Liberian Senate? No. We don't need an elephant in the Senate. We don't need a lion in the Senate. We don't need a boxer. Those animals, they got a habitat. Where they belong. Where do you put lion? Where do you put elephant? Well, elephant, they go in the zoo. Or they go in the park. And so we have the Sarpo National Park. Mission tell you, the lion and the elephant, they got to go in the Sarpo National Park. That's where the guy belongs. The boxing, they got the arena for boxing, or where giants supposed to be. They go war competition where they live out of big objects. You know, they carry the big tires, so yellow machine tires, or hoarding car. That's where giants supposed. So Milton tells you, got to leave the Senate and go compete in war strongman competition. So I mean, so the man is in the wrong place, and the West SINOE County is not getting, it don't get any progress. Listen to why he's saying here about himself.
So remember, we are now where we are today because of love. We suffered to come this place. We work hard to come this place. No jail in the Republic of Liberia I've never gone to. I've been to almost every jail you can imagine. Starting from police cells. The only reason they don't read their yada was because Dr. Amos Sawyer, as interim president of our country, he abandoned, he discarded by the yada. But I've been to Central Prison, I've been to Post Stockade, I've been to every police cell during the military government, and I am staying.
All right, so that's Milton tell you there. He been to all the jails in the Republic of Liberia. The only place he didn't go to Bella Yala. What he saying here again?
When I'm the law, God has already fought the battle for the SINOE people. When I'm the law, God has already fought the battle for the SINOE people.
All right. So Nabislaw died and say God already fought the battle and killed the man. That's what he's saying over there.
Mr. Zaza and I shared workplace at the Ministry of Finance. He was there as Deputy Director of the DGA. I was there in some clerical position. In 1980, he was just getting his bachelor's degree. Then.
All right, so the man is telling you, he and Zaza, they are now on the same level. The man was a director, and he was, some clerical position. They are now on the same level. Basically, that's what he's saying. What he say about himself here?
Now, I'll tell you this. I am not an angel. Now, I'll tell you this. I am not an angel.
All right, so the man is telling you all these things. Putting Milton Teji there, it means that you'll be destroying the future of your children. The elders, your life expectancy will be abbreviated. The man doesn't care. If we give Milton Teji additional 9 years, and after 9 years, he hasn't done anything. After 6 years, as representative, he did nothing, and you put in there, it's up to you. Let me see some of the comments that are 20 years. I'll be out for the day. Let me bring that video down. So esoteric understood by few. That's right. Mr. Freeman, I've been calling you, and you are not responding to my calls. No, my text messaging. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. My phone, I'm not using my phone. It has some issues, so I'm not using that. That's why I put a new number on the stop there. Sorry. Yeah, I know a lot of people call that number, but that's why on the banner, the new stuff that I'm doing here, I put a number there. Really, I'm not ignoring you, Mr. Monbu. Sorry about that. I'm watching from Liberia, Santa County at Voice of SINOE Radio Compound. Thank you so much, Kamara, for following. Dark Side put Esoteric, thank you for your presentation. I must say that you made my day. Okay, Facebook user, thank you. I'm calling, but getting your voicemail. That's right. That number, I think you guys carried my other number. I got a problem with that. I'll make that clear from the beginning next time. Under the Geleo administration, the 501c3 was beta. Yeah, that's right. They took it from us. Madam Mayan administration restored it. That's right. Bravo to USA. See, Mr. William Sua is the former vice president of our union. These are people that are talking, and not just regular people. What's the number say? Yeah, sorry guys. The number normally when I put the talking points, the number can be right there. I can say call this number, so I had a number there. And you guys, unfortunately. In another news, Senator Teji corruption has been exposed for supporting the fake credentials of the nominee for RIA managing director. There you go. Yeah. Following from Vubadi City. Moulton, thanks for following. Congratulations, Minnesota. We can't wait. The national president, Washington, how you doing? Mace Warrens. Joe, well done. Minnesota chapter. Watching, how you doing, Mr. Panto? I'm watching from Fargo. Okay, I think I read he's coming. Okay, guys, we want to say thank you so much for joining Voice of SINOE in the diaspora. Join us every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Again, moving forward, we'll do our best to make the show brief as much as possible, you know, so that you don't get exhausted.
Who Yankee? I'm a real sticker a long time. Lyrical, mash up the place.
Okay, you're not able to take care of Babu Nebo. You're not able to bust the rata Babu Nebo. Also, Monkey calm down. Oh, Monkey calm down. Monkey calm down. Oh, Monkey calm down. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much for joining Voices SINOE in the diaspora with Esoteric. We'll be back on Monday live over here at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think it's 2 p.m. Minnesota time, Central if you like, and in Liberia will be 7 p.m. on your side. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm out.